Right, where are we? I just got to turn my sound off. Right, where are we? Done that. Okay. Are we good?
Hiya, Kathleen. Hiya, Dawn.
I can't see anybody.
Hiya, Sarah.
Hang on.
You might have the...
It's all right. Don't worry. Take the notice of me.
Okay. How is everybody? We've been having some...
Might have the... All right. Don't worry. Take the notice of me.
Okay. And
how is everybody?
We've been having some...
Might have the... All right. Don't worry.
And
last time this happened, you didn't have your speakers switched off.
no, I have. I've got them switched off. Can you hear me now?
Last time this happened, you didn't have your speakers switched off.
No, they're switched off.
All right, I've switched mine off now. For some reason, it had gone back on. It's me. Sorry, I do apologise.
Hi, Rian, sweetheart. Good. Got tons of rain yesterday. Oh, gosh. I'm just going to put our link onto Facebook like I usually do. So give me 5 minutes. We do apologise that we are late. So if you've been waiting for us to come on, I do apologise. We've been having some technical issues tonight.
That's my fault. You nearly never had me.
Nearly never had Ange. Nearly.
Yeah. Never mind.
Nearly.
Better luck next time.
Hiya, Sue. Hiya, Gillian, sweetheart.
Hello, everybody.
So the little voice you can hear, hope you can hear her, is Angie. And right, is the lovely Angie. So I can't see comments at the minute. Oh, right. Hi, got tons of rain yesterday. Oh gosh, I think I've read that comment out. I do apologize if I keep reading stuff out. Just bear with me 2 minutes. Me and Angie are going to well, we're both doing different projects because I'm finishing mine off from last week, but we're doing actually the same project where the same sort of things. Kind of, Ange, kind of.
Well, to be fair, I've not really had time to practice because it's all gone wrong for me.
Yeah, tonight it nearly went wrong for both of us, if I must admit. I didn't, we were, apparently, so if anybody's got a Logitech camera, you may or may not know this, but you need to update the software, and it doesn't actually come up to say your software needs updated. It doesn't. You've got to actually manual do it. So that's what's caused us to be late tonight. So I do apologise, everyone.
Yeah, we had to uninstall and reinstall and
download this.
Thank the Lord my son was here.
Oh, God. So if you remember, I'm going to flick her over to Angie in a second, see what she's got.
I've got a lot.
Just to let you know, I'm going to be finishing off my project, but I've got something to show you all. Because if you remember last week, I did some embroidery on my new machine.
Is that it? Is that what you did?
Yeah, but wait a minute now. I kind of wasn't pleased with this effect. And the reason I wasn't pleased, I'll hold it up to the camera because all the buttons are new tonight and I don't want to cancel anyone off or mute anyone.
So you better not either.
So this is what I did last week. As you can see, it's puckering the cotton. By that I mean it's scrunching the cotton up. And I can't puckering. And there's a reason for that, which I will delve into a bit deeper. But I will pass you over to Angie for her to explain what she's going to be doing tonight. So,
well, as soon as I know what I'm going to be doing, I'll tell you.
oh well, we come over to you anyway.
All right. You can have a look at my new. You can have a look at my new tablecloth.
Oh yeah, she got a new tablecloth. She's all posh this week.
But it's it might throw you off a bit because it's all sideways. See? Where's my hands?
There.
What's happened to me?
There. We can see your hands. Oh, that's gorgeous, Rian said. It is gorgeous.
Yeah. But the thing is hang on.
No, you got a tilt thing on that camera, didn't you, Ange, on the software?
Oh, don't talk. I'm not talking about that at the moment. The thing is I've got like my desk goes into a corner and it's like a circle that's, you know, wraps around me. I know that sounds really odd. So when I put it on, it come out sideways. So I might get another one and do it different. But I'm not sure about this one because it's blue. It's a lot of blue in it. I thought it was going to be more pink. But never mind. I quite like it.
Right. So what are you making tonight, Miss Basie?
I don't know.
I thought you were doing your bag, your round bag, when you're going to do some embroidery work on it.
I know. That was the plan, wasn't it? That was the plan. I might do a different bag. How's that?
You're going to do a different bag.
I'll do a circle bag.
I like the new tablecloth, Angie. Oh, bless, Gillian.
Thank you. It's only plastic.
Yeah. It's
Got it off of Amazon.
PVC, isn't it, Angie? You can wipe it down later. Am I right in thinking that?
It's plastic. Well, yeah, PVC, yeah. But it's quite nice. Quite like it.
So Angie's going to make some sort of a bag. I don't know what
I'm
bag.
going to make a bag and make it in a circle.
Hiya, Debbie. I like the new tablecloth. Oh, bless you, Gillian. So, do you want me to? Shall I show you what I mean by puckering? What I mean and what I've done? Because
yeah, that's a good idea.
While Angie gets a bit organised over her hand. Her hand. That's listening to you and your Michael. That is. I'm gonna come back with a Bristol.
I'm gonna get my new pins out and I'm gonna pin my thingy onto my doofer.
Okie doke. Right. So I did this for you last week, but as you can see, it's gathering the cotton, and I'm not pleased with it. I can't iron it flat because what's caused that is when I was embroidering, I didn't use anything on the back. I didn't put any sew on interfacing. Sew on interfacing looks a bit like the iron on interfacing, except you sew on. That's the interfacing I sent you some of, Ange, earlier today.
Yeah, I got some.
So that's the sew on one, so where you can just sew straight onto it. You don't have to mess about the iron. So what I should have done, and I did get it out, and Angie is my witness, and she said, you didn't actually use it. I went, no, I didn't. I completely forgot. What I was supposed to use was a piece of paper, which is just an ordinary printing paper, and I was supposed to tuck it under, pin it on, and embroider on top of that. That will stop my cotton gathering like that, because no iron is going to straighten that out. It's going to remain that. And if I go ahead and sew that to the back, that's not going to look what I wanted it to look like. Pretty embroidering, don't get me wrong, and I started to do the embedding on it. Absolutely stunning. But because I didn't use the right thing underneath my embroidering, that's what's caused it. So what I did earlier today, and I will show you what I'm going to do, is I cut myself a new piece of cotton. I'm going to show you how I've done my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, because like I said last week, me and Angie are learning about our machines, and we are.
She's on a live there. Can she ring you back?
Sorry.
Right. So me and Angie are learning about our machines. I am going to show you guys 2, maybe 3 feet, and Angie's going to show you. I'm going to actually do the button on my machine, and Angie is going to do the buttonhole. So to give you some sort of understand, because we haven't got the same machines, even though they're both automatic machines, and so there'll be different features on there. But with every machine you have, the feet that I'm about to show you, you should have on practically any machine. It's just a matter of thinking what feet is it, or it could be the same feet that you're using that you need to do it. So I've done 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around. I'm going to show you that. And then what I did was I put paper under my piece and to iron this flat. And then I embroidered on. And as you can see,
lovely.
That's come out lovely. Thank you, Miss Daisy. That's come out in a straight line. And I didn't draw it and I didn't measure it. But this one is not in a straight line. Can you see how close to the edge it is? I'm going to explain how I've done that in a second. And then I've also been adding beads, like I said I would. And tonight I'm going to be showing you how to do the embroidery roses as well, hand embroidery. Because I think that's a nice feature if you're going to do embroidery work. So, Miss Paisley, do you want me to, can I pass it over to you while I get a piece of cotton out?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm going to get a piece of cotton out and I'm going to cut a 12-inch circle. And then
what I'm doing.
And then I'm going to be back with you and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to show you how to do the 1/4 inch seam allowance on your machine. So Miss Paisley should be with you any second. And now.
So Rianne, I agree with you about its oilcloth, because actually it did say on the thingy it was oilcloth. So yeah, it sounds much better than plastic. Right, I've cut out my 12-inch circle. This is off my pattern for my drawstring bag. Can you get all of me in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I all in? I might have to move my camera up a bit, you know. Oh, this I'm gonna have to. Right.
You need the.
So this is the lining, and this is the top one, and this is a lovely material what Colette sent me today. What I got in Happy Mail. It's beautiful. Thank you very much, Colette.
You're very
so
welcome.
This is going to be my bag, and I'm going to be making a drawstring bag. Which, you all right? Something happened?
No, Ange, of course not. When nothing happened.
No. So I'm going to be putting buttonholes either side of this, and I'll be making the buttonholes before I stitch it all together. So.
Excuse the racket.
Sorry?
Said just excuse me on the racket.
Oh, what's she doing? She's smashing the place up.
Well on top of me. Do you know what?
What have you done?
The light's just nearly fallen on top of my head.
Not to be trusted, you know.
Oh,
thank you, Gillian. Yeah, the fabric is beautiful, isn't it? I'm a lucky girl. She actually sent me what's it called, a fat quarter, and there's that one. There was that one. There's this one in it. The green one, green blue, and then there was the pink. And wasn't there another colour? I've already cut one up.
Yeah, there was six.
Yeah, that one as well. But I've cut some of this off already. But it's really nice. 100% cotton as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they were.
Thank you.
Colours.
We love you.
Hi, Christine, sweetheart. Oh, I love that fabric. Me too.
So I think I'm going to have my buttonhole. Not button. No. Yeah, it is a buttonhole basically, but I'm going to be threading ribbon through it. So where was it where I finger pressed it? Michael's left now, so I'm in trouble if anything goes wrong.
Oh, Ange. Oh,
we're both in trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll both be in trouble because, bless him, he was helping both of us out tonight.
Yes, I was panicking, wasn't I, a bit?
That fabric is lovely. Yes, Julianne, it's a website if anybody wants any fabric like that. She sells them in bundles. She also sells them by meters. And the websites that Angie can think of.
Yeah.
What's your favourite colour, Ange?
Pink. Was it pink scissors?
Yay! See?
Oh, what's my like? So I'm going to do my buttonhole 3/4 of an inch to start in. Oh, do you reckon that's 1/2 inch? Yeah, 3/4 of an inch is in. My buttonhole is going to start there. And then I'm going to do I think 1/2 inch buttonhole should be big enough to get the ribbon through. There. So that's going to be where my buttonholes go in. There. What did I say? 3/4 of an inch is in from the end. 3/4 of an inch.
So Angie has done a video on one of these bags, but I think they're so useful because she made me one and I had to keep all my scraps in. That is the bag you're making, isn't it, Ange?
No, oh, is that straight along there?
No?
Oh no, look at me. That's not right. I put it in the wrong place. No, I'm going to make just a single one. I'm not making a double.
No, but it's the exact same bag. That's what I mean.
It's the same sort of concept, yeah. Don't worry about this. That all washes off eventually.
Right. That's my machine coming on.
No.
Right. I'm gonna, when you're ready, Ange.
When I'm ready? Oh yeah, I'm ready.
I'm gonna show everybody what a 1/4 inch seam allowance is.
All right. Okay, so I've got my buttonholes marked up now, ready for me to set my machine up to get. Well, I've never done a buttonhole on this machine, so it should be done.
You did one.
Okay, there you go.
Didn't you do one in the week, Ange?
Not on this machine. I was going to have a practice tonight, wasn't I?
Oh.
But I am going to use some of that interfacing you sent me on my buttonhole. All right, because it's so fine.
Fine. Try it on a piece of scrap first to see what way your buttonhole goes, because some machines,
I will.
they sew. Well, do you want to explain, Ange?
No.
Oh, I was just going to say some machines sew from the bottom up. By that I mean they sew from the bottom buttonhole and then they go up to the top and then back down. Or some machines start from the top and work their way down.
Do you mean some go forward and then start and then go forward, or some start and go backwards? So you need to know which way around the machine works. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Right, I'll get a little scrap and I'll do a practice run.
And I also
get my machine out now.
Yeah, get your machine out, and I've also
combine harvester. This one is.
What is?
We combine harvester.
What's that?
Well, the other one was a tractor.
Oh right. I have to go. I didn't understand what she was saying then.
Right, are we going over to you yet? Have you got all your...
I'm ready. I was just waiting on to see what you were doing.
I'm getting my machine out.
Do you want to flicker over? Should we flicker it over to me while you're practicing on a piece of scrap?
Yes, sweetheart. Let's do that.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oops. Right. Right, I am just going to turn my camera around so you can see my machine. So I'm going to just turn it. Hiya, River, sweetheart. Chris in trouble because I just, oh God, everything that can go wrong today has gone wrong. Right, bear with me, guys. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to stitch.
Hello, people.
Chris. Yes, that was Chris's hand. I wonder what he was doing then. Hi, Lisa, sweetheart. All of a sudden, I had Chris's hand. I wondered what he was doing. Was he sewing on a machine? Oh, gosh. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to stitch a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance on your patterns. Everybody's going, hi, Chris. Oh, gosh.
What did we see? His hand?
Yeah, all of a sudden he went, hello. I wondered what he was doing. I was wondering, is he going to sew tonight or what? So, the first thing we're going to do is I want to show you how to change your needle. The rule is when you're changing your needle is they say the rule of thumb is to change it every time you use it.
Well, we can't see it. We can't see your needle.
I know, wait a sec. I'm just going to get the...
better. That's perfect.
Right. So the needles I'm using at the moment, they're embroidery needles. Now, I sent it back to you, didn't I, Ange?
You did. I've got, yeah. Yeah, very happy.
Lisa, the little voice that you can hear is Angie. So
I've got a little voice.
She's got a little voice. She is on YouTube, but because we were in such a rush, I didn't even put the description in.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry.
But I will go back and put Angie's link in, but she's known on YouTube as Angie Paisley. And if you've got 2 minutes, could you type into the chat for me, please?
Oh, I don't know. I can't reach it. Hang on. Yeah.
Right. Hang on. Just for 2 minutes. Okay. Right.
Yeah, see, she said nice sewing machine, Colette.
Okay, so little tip for you.
Yeah, Life with Christine said nice sewing machine.
Oh, thank you, ladies. I love my machine. It's my new machine, and I'm in love. In love with sewing. Right, my trick to sewing, to changing the needle is the last thing you want is for when you're changing the needle, for the needle to drop in what they call the bottom a dog foot. No, is it dog feet or dog foot? Is it dog foot, Ange?
Dog's foot? What are you talking about?
The bottom, is it dog?
Oh, your dog is a feed. I don't know if it's got anything to do with a dog.
That's it, dog feed. Dog foot. I knew I was there.
It could be.
I knew I was there somewhere. Anyway, the last thing you want is for the needle to drop at the bottom, because once that needle drops into the bottom, it can go straight through to your machine, and there is no way to get it in
trouble.
And you'll be in trouble, and you won't be able to use your machine for a while because it'll have to get fixed. So
no, you just unscrew it all and take it all apart.
Yeah, you can unscrew it, and sometimes it can get stuck where it gets stuck between the plate. It all depends whether it's gone straight down, half down, whether it just depends. So anyway, to stop that happening, I know I've knocked the light off, but you should be able to. Shall I knock it back on? You really should have your machine off, but I think I'm going to keep mine on just for you to see the light. So the light should come on. There it is. Right. So my top tip, put a piece of paper over the dog feet, the feed dogs. Thank you, Lisa.
There we are. There it is.
Right. And my top tip is put a piece of paper off. That way, if it drops on your piece of paper. It's not dropping anywhere else. So we're going to switch. Now, my little screwdriver is this. With the new machines, you do get like a little, this is your screwdriver. With some machines, you do actually get a screwdriver. It just depends. And there's like a little screw by the side, just here. So you unscrew this. I always get confused what way it goes, so bear with me. I'll loosen it. Loosen there, it's going to come. And the other thing is to bring my thread out. Now, it should be able to drop completely down. And you'll notice I've taken the foot off as well. I've taken the foot off completely. So that needle now is to go in the bin. obviously not straight in the bin. I usually cover mine with a piece of paper or something because
you're good. I don't. I just throw mine in the bin.
I was just about to say, I don't want the bin men to stab themselves. Angie.
Oh.
So these needles, they range from 75 and they go up to 90. Now, because I want to do some embroidery, 90/14 is a good needle to use for embroidery. So I'm going to take my needle out my little casing. So this slides up and down. Clip it back up. Right. Now this is a brand new needle, and you'll notice on some of the needles, I'm just trying to find, on any needle that you put in your machine, it has a flat side, which is, you'll feel it straight away anyway, which is that side, and then it's got the round side. Now the flat side goes at the back of the machine, and I'm just going, let me snap this from thread because I should have done it right at the very start. So it's out of my way. There, better.
It's righty tighty, lefty loosey.
And I'm going to put the needle back in that little slot there. Hold it at the bottom. Tighten this up as far as I can tighten it up with my fingers. And then I'm just going to tighten it up with my screwdriver. And that's your needle in. That's not, just check that's not going anywhere. The last thing you want is for that to wobble while you sew and for it to catch in the bottom. So I'm just going to double check again. That's not going around any more than it should. I went around a little bit more, but not much. Right, take your paper from your work. That way, you know now. I know now my needle's not going anywhere. So
that's a very good tip, Colette. I like that. Putting the paper there. I wouldn't have even thought of that.
Well, do you know what? I was at Mum's knitting fabric from her the other day, as you do.
Oh, my days.
And she was swapping her needle round, and she had unscrewed this, and it was just poking out about that much from the bottom. Anyway, she managed to retrieve it, and I said, right, get a piece of paper. She went, I don't need a piece of paper, I'm changing my needle. So I showed her the tip, and she went, oh, that's a really good tip. I would never have thought of that.
They said, can we please have a round of applause for Colette?
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
So how did you do that then? Because some people might not know how to use the automatic threader.
Oh, did I not explain last week?
You might have done. Oh yeah, hit the likes, ladies. Oh yeah, I better do that.
Yes.
I like you.
Right, let me I'm going to explain again because I don't know whether I have explained it or not, but if I haven't, you'll know.
I think you did actually last week.
My cotton, if your cotton goes like that, so it's in front of you, I know I'm threading it wrong. Bring it in between, so the cotton goes between your fingers and pulls down. Put it in the spool, and I've got on this little machine, I've got like a little stopper to stop the spool from going anywhere else but that. And I'm just going to follow the numbers round. So I go 1, 2, 3, down to 4, back up to 5, and down to 6. And then I'll come down to the needle, and on the needle is like a little silver plate just on the top. Bring the thread over that little plate. So how I do it is I always have the thread at an angle, and then with my hands I guide it over, slide it over it, and then I let go with hands. Pull this towards you, and my automatic threader, it pushes down and pushes forward. Now if for any reason I'm going to move my needle, that's not pushing forward, you know your needle's in the wrong place. It needs to be pushed forward for the needle to go. So it goes under the silver thing by my finger here, and through those prongs, and then let go. And then that's how you do your automatic threader. And that's how you do it. So the foot I'm using is this one. And this is your 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. This will tell you how to sew your 1/4 of an inch. Now, you've seen me measuring and using my sewing gauge, but I don't need to use that anymore because I've got a sewing gauge. So what I'm doing is I'll show you how to do it. Now, you can measure it out, but if your foot has got one of these clear ones, or sometimes your machines come with, try and dig it out. Sometimes they come with like a metal one, so they're not clear. I can't see if I looked it now, but I did come across it the other day. Sometimes they're like this. Obviously, this is the wrong foot. Sometimes they're metal, which means you can't see through them. See, with that one, I can see right through to my sewing machine. But this one, I can't. It's blocking my view. It's the wrong foot, but you know what I'm trying to say. I can't find the foot in order to show you. No, so watched it then, right? So I always have my fabric on the outside line, and then the inside line, the inside red line, is my 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to put the foot underneath the bar, press down on the bar, and it's got like a magnetic thing, and bring it up. And that's my foot, my machine. And then I'm going to show you how to do a few stitches, and then I'm going to flick it back over to Angie to see what she's up to. So,
what are you up to?
I'm just doing my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. What are you up to?
I've been waiting for you to finish so I can do a practice run on this. So
I'll go for it, Ange. Right, you see where? Oh, do you want me to show everybody? Is that what you're waiting for me to do?
Show everybody what?
Your practice run.
No. Oh,
Well,
I didn't want to put. I thought it'd be rude to put my machine on while you were talking.
Go on, Ange. That's all right. It's honestly fine. I have 3 sewing machines and an embroidery machine and an overlocker too. Too many, do you think? No, this got an overlocker, and I think yours has, isn't it, Ange?
I have got an overlocker, but this is not, my machine's not an overlocker, this one.
Right. So the inside line is my 1/4 of an inch. The outside line is the edge of my fabric. You put this down and you slow the speed down just for you to see. I'm just going to keep that edge of my fabric on this outer red line. I'm going to go back a few stitches and come forward, and I'm going to do that all the way around, and then that will give me my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around, making sure that the edge of my fabric is on the red line, on the outer red line. And that'll give me my 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to flick it back over to Angie. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to do this while I flick it back over to Miss Paisley, and let's see what she's about. And while we're waiting for the screens to flicker, I'll read some comments out. I can't make my overlocker work, so it's on the counter in my studio looking lovely, and that's all. Oh, Lisa, sweetheart. Technically, this fabric it can do the washing and ironing and put the clothes on. Yeah, my machine can do washing, ironing, fold the
clothes. Yeah, it's all singing, all dancing. Made your cup of tea yet?
No, you brought me in a lemonade because I'm never drinking my tea when I'm on live. So he knows me too well. Have you got a cup of tea, Ange?
No, not yet.
By the way, we're on you, just to let you know.
I know. I'm doing a practice. I'm doing it very slow and very quietly. Doing my buttonhole.
I'm just going to read some comments out with us, Ange.
All right, darling.
I need to start saving for a machine like that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
To anyone in it, Ange, start off small with a sewing machine, and you can always work your way up.
Yeah. Just got to rob a bank.
Rob a bank.
So what I'm doing, I did a practice run, so I'll show you what I did, ladies. That's that's my buttonhole. I don't know if it's a bit wide actually. Can I make a narrow one?
Ange, can we ask what machine have you got? Because Lisa says I have a new machine, a brother. My eyesight is rubbish now, so I would be lost without my needle threader. Is yours what
this one's a brother. It's a brother. It's a computerized machine. It's a FS 100 WT. That's all I can tell you about it. I've had it for a couple of years, but I haven't used it for about a year. I used it all the time when I first got it, and then it got put at the back because I was just like doing things like with paper and stuff like that. But yeah, it is a brother one. But yeah, so that's my buttonhole. But I think I fancy it's not very close. What do you think, Claire?
I just stopped my machine now to have a look. Bring it up to the camera, Ange. It might be catching up. Oh, I see it. What do you mean by a bit close? Do you mean a bit? Yeah, you need to do it a little bit wider, I would say.
Well, I don't know. No,
then again, no.
No,
yeah,
I think it's right actually.
A buttonhole is supposed to be that narrow because when you cut the inside of it out, you'll notice your button goes in and out smoothly.
So I'm going to commit now to doing the proper buttonhole.
That's what I was going to say. Cut your middle out and see if your thread goes through it, the ribbon.
So does anybody want to know how to actually set up the foot and everything for a button?
Yes, I do. You can do buttonhole. Are you, Ange?
Yeah, I can. So obviously on my machine I have got a buttonhole, and most of them you can do buttonholes. Let me just take the foot off a minute.
Now do you grind yours and show us how you?
Yes. So this is the buttonhole foot, and basically let's put that back up so I can show you. Basically, this is the back here where you put the button in. So you would put whatever size button you want in. But what I did was, because I'm making a buttonhole, but I'm going to be putting ribbon round, I want my buttonhole to be 1/2 inch long. So I got I'll show you, I'll put a button in it first so you can have a look first. Let's find a button. Nice button. Find a nice button. Right. So there's a button.
Can I request something? She's going to kill me.
What's that?
Can you show us where the button in to do a buttonhole on a piece of fabric?
Yeah, of course I can. So the button would go in the back there. So that is going to tell your machine how big it needs the buttonhole to be. So if we pop that in there, and then we just put the foot down, click it down on the bar. Okay, like that. And then we know by the foot, we know how long we want the buttonhole to be. And then you would obviously go to, on your machine, the setting for a buttonhole. And then where's another bit of material? Maybe I'll speed my machine up a bit so it don't take too long.
Have you got one setting for a buttonhole, Ange?
I've got a couple.
Can we see them?
Well, that means I've got to move the camera. Hang on. I'm not very good at this.
Move the camera. I'm just being awkward.
You are, aren't you? Let me just move the machine. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? Move it in closer. There's my buttonhole stitches there. They're here. Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see the stitches.
You can't see them.
I can see the stitches. Point out the buttonholes.
The buttonholes are here, 34, 35, 36, and 37. I've got a 38 as well. So they're all buttonhole stitches. And obviously I've got mine on, I don't know if you can see that. I've got mine on 35, which is back to front, but never mind. So now I've got to move my camera again. There we go.
Thank you.
And so now I've got it on the buttonhole, and basically this one I found out by doing a dummy run actually stitches from front to back. So if you wanted your buttonhole to be like what I'm going to show you on when I do my proper one, I want it 3/4 of an inch away. I would start my buttonhole 3/4 of an inch away from the fabric. and then go backwards. This better go back now I've said that.
But it's one of those things, I think, with any machine that you need to write it down. I'm going to write mine down. I keep forgetting to do it, but it's one of those things where if you're doing a buttonhole, that you need to write it down in the machine which way it goes for you to remember for when you are doing a pattern, because that will help you figure out where you need to place your needle.
Yeah. So basically with mine, all you do is just press the button. Oh, you put the foot down. Why is mine going beep, beep, beep? I don't understand. Oh, I know, because you have to pull down this slit. There's a little bar underneath. You pull it down and that goes behind this little foot here. The bar goes behind it. So it's just totally, you didn't pull the bar down. So that most machines have got that on them is the bar, and it basically stops sewing when it hits the back bar, because there's 2 bars on there. I didn't show you that either. I'm not very good at this presenting stuff.
I know. I'm trying to help. That's just going to kill me later. Doesn't that bar flicker between, because that white foot is like more like a spring, and the white bar helps the fabric through, so it goes back and forth.
No, it's just purely for the width of the buttonhole. And this is, hang on, this has got really tight. I can't get in there with that now. So it's stitching it. It stitched it backwards, then it's going forwards. I'll speed it up a little bit. We'll be here all day otherwise.
No, well, we haven't seen you do a buttonhole, Angie. Take your time.
Then it goes forward. Then it does the bit, you know. Oh, what's it called? Over and over again. That's technical issues. Now what it'll do is it'll go back and forwards along that line again, just to reinforce it. And I've had to cover the light, ladies, because you couldn't see the actual foot. The light was so bright. And now it's going to go down the other side. I don't really need to have my hands there, to be fair. And now it's going to just reinforce it all the way down. And the machine does all the work. You just basically guiding the fabric.
Can I say something, Ange?
Yeah, you say whatever you like.
That bar, doesn't it move the slider up and down for the width of the buttonhole?
No. I don't know what you mean. Hang on, let me just finish this and we'll talk about it. How's that? It's finished. So that's the buttonhole. What I'll show you on the foot. Let's lift this up a minute. Let's see what do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, let me get mine on. I won't do a buttonhole, but I know what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm using the wrong words to describe what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So with these 2 bars, I'll take the button out now. So this bar here is always in the same place, and that's where you start the stitching. This bar moves up and down depending on the size of your button. So if you add a bigger button, then there would be a wider space there, so that your machine would carry on stitching until that bar there hit there, and then it would start going back the other way. So it just tells the machine when to stop for the width of your button hole. Yes, no, maybe?
Well, sorry, I was reading the comments. Sorry, Ange.
Oh,
no,
okay.
What I meant, yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That the bar uses that foot and it goes back and forth with the foot. Because your machine goes back down and up, or whatever way your machine goes. It depends on what way your machine goes. If it goes, it can. I'm using the wrong words, but I know what I'm trying to say.
So this buttonhole, I want this buttonhole to be half an inch long. So because I using a button. I'm just going to use my tape and push it in a little bit. My tape measure to 1/2 inch from that to that, that's what that is, 1/2 inch. So now I haven't got a button in there, but I want my buttonhole to be 1/2 inch long. So that's the measurement there at the back. So I'm going to do it in real time now.
Hi, Sarah, sweetheart.
Right, where's my thing? Let's cut this off. This interfacing is coming handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really has. Now I've got to line it up, which should be fun. And I'm not going to bother cutting this off. It's easier if you just leave it all on there. No, that's my buttonhole. Come here. Get in. So I want it right at the very end. So I'm going to just mark it with my needle to find out if that's where I want it to be. Let's put that down. Yeah, that's exactly where I want it to be. So now I'm going to press start, and hopefully, oh, okay, haven't pulled that down again. So you pull the bar down so it lets for the buttonhole measurement.
I didn't know about these machines existed. Yeah, Christine, there's different machines. You always saw me sew on a manual machine, which means that you need foot. And I think Angie had one too, didn't you, Ange? And
Sorry?
you had a manual machine too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was only fairly recently I've had a new machine, which means it's automatic, so you don't use pedal. But yeah, different machines do different things, and the bigger the machine, I would say, more that it's got on it. Some machines are just there.
Gone wrong.
You've gone wrong.
Something's gone wrong, yeah. Okay.
Some machines are just there for just embroidering, which means it does pretty patterns. Some machines are just made for quilting, or you're making appliques, which basically means shapes out of fabric. So yeah, machines do different things. You've got, like with my machine, I've got to be quite careful about what bobbins I put in, because this machine will only take singles bobbins. It won't take any other bobbins in the machine, and that goes for my needles too. I need to make sure that the needles I pick up, so when I change the needle right at the beginning, my needles I use are universal, which means they can go in any machine.
Well, I'm gonna put a new needle in, I think.
You're gonna put a new needle in, you, Ange?
Yeah. What did can I put one of those embroidery ones in?
Yeah. Are you doing embroidery work?
No, I'm just doing normal sewing. Yeah, but I will be. I'm going to do it all around the edge. So yeah.
Oh, well, then yeah. Do you put one a 90 in?
Can I use an embroidery needle on ordinary sewing, or does it have to be? Because I'm going to do a bit of both.
You can. But are you asking me the question, or somebody else?
Yeah, I am asking you the question.
You can, but the embroidery needles are a little bit thicker because, of course, it's there to do patterns, so it will be a bit harder.
Just a normal one.
And use it for normal stitching, and I've used it for normal stitching. But what I tend to do if I'm doing a project where I'm using normal stitching and like pattern work, I will put the embroidery needle in. If I'm just using it for just normal stitching, I'm not doing any patterns, then I will just put a normal needle in, which means it won't be an embroidery one.
Right, what have I done with my bag of tricks? I can't see for looking. Oh, there is.
I got some lovely sari silk off Rian's fault. I'm blaming Rian with Mrs. G. Completely Rian's fault.
Well, what has she done now?
Need to buy sari silk fabrics. I tell you what, I'm supposed to be destashing. No, restashing.
Now I can't find my little spanner.
Your spanner.
Put it back on you, Colette, while I find my spanner.
All right, okay. Wait a second. I'm just finishing off my yeah, Rian's fault. Though I must admit, Rian, it was really nice to make our flowers with it, wasn't it? So I suppose it's a nice fault to have. If that's even a sentence. Rian was showing me her saris. I think it was a fabric pack she bought. I'm sure it was a fabric pack she bought off Etsy. And I went, Rian, they're really nice. She went, oh, yeah, they're gorgeous. I went, where did you get them from? She went, Etsy. I went, wait there. So I got my phone out and I started ordering them. She went, what are you doing, Claire? I said, I'm ordering those fabrics. Right, I'm just finishing I would go a little bit quicker. I just want to do, I've done 2 stitching of 1/4 of an inch stitching, and it's just going off that line. So I'm going to find that line again, slow the speed down, that's why I did on slow. Nearly finished. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do embroidery work, hand embroidery work. Did you find it, Ange?
Yeah.
So when I get to you can see how there's a dark line, and then there's quite a light line. I'm going to stop it there. I'm just going to cut this thread off, which is the thread that I started with. Then I'm just going to finish this off, and that will be my 2 1/4 inch seam. Now, the reason I've done 2 is because I've got to cut this down. Got to cut it down. So let me show you. How are you getting on, Ange? What I meant with this, Ange, is this is the bar on my other machine. Right, you put a button in there. This is what I meant. And the bar it bobs between these 2 lines because it's a button hole for you. That's what I meant. Right, well, in the right words.
Yeah.
Yeah, please sub to each other, support each other. That's what we're here for. That's what YouTube is such a big place, and it gives us some new inspiration anyway to watch. So as you can see on this one, I've done my 2 lines of stitching. That's my 2 lines of 1/4 inch, and I've done it on here as well. And I've also on the outer line, because this is a big piece, because we did the back piece last week, and it's a little bit smaller than 12 inches, but I'd rather make something too big than too small. So what I've got, I'm going to move that piece a second, is my 2 lines, and then I'm going to put this on top. And I bought something in the week because I was doing something, wasn't I, Angie, in the week, and I was using dressmaker's chalk.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the glue off. Really bad. So I bought myself an air erasable pen, and it disappears within 24 to 48 hours of use. So
I could do with that on my waistline.
oh, Angie. Oh, bless. You've got something very similar to this, haven't you? The pen.
Well, mine's water. Mine disappears with water, but you've got to put an awful lot of water on it.
Yeah, see? Right.
Mm.
Just going to do little purple lines all the way around. And this will tell me then, when I come to doing this on my machine, I'll do it with my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance foot. Not that I will be doing 1/4 of an inch, but I'll make sure that the purple lines are between the 2 red lines that are on the foot, if I'm making any sort of sense. I'm just going to mark this, and then I'm going to go back to that embroidery piece to switch it back and forth. So what have you decided what I saw the fabrics you're using, and what style of fabric are you going for?
Pardon?
What style I meant. What style of fabric are you going for? What style are you going for tonight? Vintage?
I don't know if you call it a style. I'm not sure.
Or are you just going to go?
Yeah, vintage. Go for vintage.
You're going for vintage. Now I could cut my fabric down to measure the exact circle of this. If I do that, I haven't got room to hem. I haven't got room to take it in, which means I'm not going to be able to turn my fabric inside out when it comes to sewing it up all together. So yeah, you can already see this disappearing. And Teddy's right behind me. I have sort of tried to wake him up a few times, gently, while Angie was talking, because he was getting louder, louder, and louder. There. So those are my lines. That's where I've got to sew. The neat thing about this machine is it got like a little gap under the foot. And I haven't got my hand to take on under to get stuff. Right, this is my piece I did earlier. So what we're going to do is I'm going to see how I drew around there. You can hardly see the stitching now, but I did that earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this piece, and I'm going to gently iron what I can, and then steam this bit. And then I'm going to show you how to do the embroidery flowers. So, Miss Ange, are you okay?
I think so. I've not had it confirmed by a doctor, but yeah, I think I'm all right. A psychiatrist.
Oh, Angie. I had a lovely parcel off Angie today.
I had a lovely parcel too. Not off me, off you.
All appliques and stuff. But actually, we sent each other appliques, didn't we?
We did.
Without even knowing. Oh, for goodness sake, Lisa, I did come back and knocked the laptop. Kat was about to change the needle. I wondered why she was doing it again. Then I realised has I rewound the broadcast. Oh, bless.
See, that worked all right when I went off camera.
Oh, and you should.
I can't work under this pressure.
Tell me when you want me to flicker over to you, because Angie gets awful. She hasn't practiced it. That's what.
No, I know, and I've got well, it doesn't matter. It's on the line in it. It's fine. It's handmade.
It's handmade. Right, my iron has been in. Just checked. Chris nearly he was knocking the lights off last night.
No.
He was knocking the lights off last night, and I left the iron on.
Oh my goodness.
I got a stretch over the iron to knock the light off, and he went, "Claire,
ow,
is the iron on?"
Yeah.
Oh days, what was she like?
I went, Yeah, I think so. Just check. When I've already done that.
Iron mark on his belly.
Yeah. So have you been up to what crafting? Can you tell us any crafting projects you've been up to this week, Ange? Obviously been doing my entry to my challenge, which was amazing, by the way.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. It's my first to go at ephemera.
Yes.
What have I been doing? I don't think I've been doing anything, have I?
You put that new cover on your
Yeah, and I put it all on my table, and then I said to her, I don't know if I like it. It's too blue.
Yeah, she did say. She said it's too blue. I said no, stick with it, Ange, because I said you might fall in love with it just yet.
Might grow on me a bit like fungus.
Just gonna steam iron this.
It's super cute, your little steam iron.
My little steam iron is lovely. I love my little steam iron. It's a little travel iron. You got one, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not like that though. Mine came out the arc.
Mine come out the arc. Press this press in with my iron because I want that line to remain. So that's what that's looking like. So what I need to do now, take this off. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna flick it over to
Right.
Could the sewing machine not do that for you? Well, it does wash.
Yeah, you think, would you? You would think so.
Yeah, well, you know, does everything.
Can't make a cup of tea. Don't do the ironing.
Yeah, it does the ironing. Does all sorts. You would think so. Angie has to heat her iron in the fire.
Yeah.
See? White thread. Right, let me show you how to do this embroidery rows because they're not stuck on, they're sewed on. I'm going to show you how to do it. So a piece of...
Ladies and gentlemen, off camera, I've done 2 buttonholes.
Oh,
One's completely in the wrong place.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show everyone now, Ange.
No, don't do that.
I'm going to flick her over to you in a sec.
Oh my God, I'm very good at bodging.
Right, I'm going to flick it over to Angie because I want to see her buttonholes. So I'm going to keep you all in suspense, but I won't do anything until we've seen Angie's buttonholes.
I see my buttonholes, do you?
Yeah.
I finished them. There's one buttonhole right in between the blue marks, so I got that perfect, didn't I? And there's the other one, slightly off center of the line. So apparently putting them lines on didn't really help. But it's on there, look. Buttonhole.
See?
And that one there is just for show. That's a bit of fancy stitching. I don't know what happened. It just started. I think it was the needle. I'm going to blame the needle anyway. It's not pilot error at all. So now I'm going to go round and I'm going to chop that off because obviously I put a bit of interfacing because that's quite thin. Now, Colette said you have to fold it in half and snip through the middle with a little pair of scissors.
Yeah, with the buttonhole. If you fold your fabric in half, she saw me doing it through the week. She went, "Oh, that's a good tip." So those kind of things where you think everybody knows, and then
yes,
nobody
don't know. Well, these scissors are useless.
Make sure you got it right dead in the half.
Yeah, don't worry. There's a great big hole in the middle anyway.
And Rianne says she's been making handmade prizes for her giveaway, but she can't show.
Oh, lovely. I've really packed up Rianne's challenge now. Just got a couple of extra bits to do and it'll be sorted. And I got to do Sarah's as well. Sarah's my next one on my list. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Right, because I was using a seam ripper, and sometimes you've got to be careful because it goes right the way through, and then you've got to start all again. Throw it all in the bin.
In across the top and the bottom, and use the seam ripper to open the buttonhole.
I know, but if you sort of catch it a little bit and go like that, then you go too far. I did that with trousers. This buttonhole's not big enough. He said, "Do us a favour. How do I open it up a bit?" I said, "Oh, give it here." So I got a seam ripper, and I went right that. I made a great big massive hole in them. Needless to say, I had to get the machine out. So it's not the best, ladies. It's not the best, but it's on there. I see other people that always look so perfect, and then I do it, and it's not the same. Right. So I got to put this on now because I'm going to. This is my normal foot. I'm going to just do a straight stitch now and sew it all together. But if I'd have sewed it all together first, I wouldn't have been able to put my buttonhole. It would have gone through both because I made that mistake before. So where's my top stuff? Where's my circle? What have I done with it? There it is there. So let's move this out of the way now. There we are. Let's move all this junk. Teddy snoring.
Teddy's right behind me of all places to be. I avoid putting the buttonholes on anything. They always go wrong for me, Lisa says.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible and it's hard, but I'm going to put my little cut here. Why am I going to do that?
I think it's learning with your machine. You've got to find out what works best for you. And like I say, it's just sort of sitting there and playing with your feet and playing with your machine is the best thing I could sort of give you all.
So when that comes around that way, so it needs to be like that. So it's pretty side to pretty side. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll stitch all around because I usually cut a thing in the middle, but then you've got to hand stitch it, haven't you? So I'll do it this way. No, it's not going together properly. Can you see me? Should I move it out a bit? Should I move it up a bit? You see all my junk now.
It's a sort of clutchy bobble hat. It's an awesome pom-pom. Yeah, Mrs. G's been making crochet things. Hi, Carla, sweetheart.
Well, that little doily, did you make that? What was on my package?
Yes, I did, Ange.
Very pretty. Very good, aren't you? Right, I'm going to use my new pins.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got one of these magnetic, what are they called? Pin holders, don't get it near to your machine because it's magnetic and it can muck up your computer. That's what I was told. And obviously don't get it near to your computer screen either on your laptop. That's what I was told. Didn't know how true it is, but better to be safe than sorry. See, I've got some tips as well. And these are my new pins, what Colette sent me today. I'm able to use those too. Let me just check I've got the right side to the right side. Yes, I have. And I'm going to leave a little gap here, I think. Between...
Well, Lisa, I didn't know you did videos. Lisa said, I just got a new scoreboard and learned to make mini pizza boxes. The right size to hold 4 tea lights. Videos on my channel if anyone's interested.
Oh, she got a channel. Yeah, she has got a channel, hasn't she?
I didn't realise Lisa had a channel.
Well, how do you think she's... You got to have a channel to...
Yeah, but what I meant is, I don't think she...
You didn't know she did videos.
Videos.
Right, that's it now. We're going to be binge watching Lisa's videos.
And Julia was in and she had to go. So goodbye, Julia. Thank you for popping in.
Oh, bye, Julia. Julia wouldn't be coming live with it. That one's rubbish. That's got no point on the end. That might have been one of my old ones.
I guess
So what are you putting on your... What are you making?
I'm making some embroidered handmade flowers, but You can carry on because I'm going to make one, and then the last one I'm going to show everybody how I've done it.
Okay.
You were talking. I didn't want to stop you talking because you were.
Thank you very much. That's
you were
very
in
kind
your.
of you.
You were in your thought process. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got a date now.
I don't think I've been crafting. I've been crafting, but I can't show any of it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I can show my doilies. I can show them. Can't I, Ange?
Yeah.
I can show them.
Oh, what's that? What's happened? Where have I gone?
Still on live, Bab.
Oh, sorry then. Right. What am I doing? Do some sewing, Ange. We've seemed to have been on me an awful lot tonight, you know. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna. We haven't actually. I was just giving you some camera time.
Thank you.
I'm making an embroidered flower. Once I finish making this one, I'm going to show everybody how to make them, because I think the flowers that I have them stuck on, and they're super easy to create, and you can make them, and you can even make them and put them on cotton and then stick them to your projects. You could sew them directly on your projects, which is what I'm doing. So
I'm going to be sewing around the edges. I need a 1/4 inch seam. So whereabouts is that on here?
If you got a foot, you should have a foot. There isn't a pattern for it, and you should just have a foot.
Yeah, I've got a foot.
And it's a straight stitch, but you should have a foot. You got a foot?
Yeah. What do you mean foot?
Yeah, that's it. You straight stitch, and then you 1/4 inch foot to go on your machine.
Let's just move this around a bit so you can see me sewing. I can't really reach it, mine, but you can see me sewing. Right. If I put it right on the very edge and I've moved my needle over to the center, and I'll do it like that. Let me go back a bit, lock me stitch, start again. Oh, this is like wet paint dry doing it slow.
I want to see how to make the embroidery flower. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I will show you. I won't just make them. I will show you. I just want to finish making this one, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do it. As for, I don't know, did somebody ask me, Julian, I use my phone camera. It's quite good, but I would rather have a camera. I used to use my phone to film. Never always used my webcam. I used to use my phone. Then it moved on to my tablet. And I used to film from that. And I also used to use a tripod. And then this past few months, I started to use a webcam. And me and Angie both used the same webcam. And we use a Logitech
C920.
Thank you, Miss Ange. See, that's why I have her on lives, because I forget. C920.
We had a lot of trouble with our webcams tonight.
Yeah, that's what we were late.
I had to uninstall it. Well, my son did, and reinstall it, and it's brand new software on it. So it was all different. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh my God.
And she said, put it back to the old software. He said, I can't. Can't, it's a new one.
I can't do that. Can't deal with it.
Right, I'm close to showing you guys. I haven't forgotten.
Oh, I can't do it slow.
I'm gonna flick it back over to me now in a second, and just gonna get the ribbon, and then I'm gonna flick it back over to me to just get the pressure a little bit off you.
I'm going to speed it up a bit. It's going too fast now. Slow down. Oh,
right. I get some ribbon embroidery, and I shall be back. Oh, I got a design for this. side of me. Right, I got it beside of me. I forgot. I got it right. Oh my word. Right, let's flick it back over to me and I'll show you how to do it. So I don't know whether we're on me at the moment or Miss Angie. We're still on Angie. Let us go over across. Right, so as you can see, I've done one more here, but I'm going to show you how to do them. So the first thing you need to do is get some cotton, and you want some needle and thread. Now, when I'm doing these, I always like to double my cotton up, but that's the same with anything I hand stitch. I always like to double the cotton up, but sometimes when you're hand stitching, now I can never do it, and I don't know whether Angie can do it, is where they tie a knot in the bottom of the thread. I can't do that. Can you do it, Ange? When you
I just roll it between my fingers and pull it.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. Right. So to do an embroidered flower using your hand, obviously hand, you want to. Now, you can either draw this out or you can stitch it out. I'm going to stitch it out, I think. I'm going to point in my centre. So let me get my centre for you. And you're going to make you can make a 5, you can, let's give us
what? Pardon?
No, so I'll start again. So make your little point on your fabric. It can be anywhere, but just remember that you need to come out from that point. So you obviously need to do like a spider web. That's what they call it to start you off. So that's going to be my point. And I'm going to bring my cotton up through that little point, and I'm going to bring it back the back of the fabric too. The back of the fabric, bring it through the loop. So I'm now tied, and I'm going to sew it into that point again. So I do like a small crisscross, and they're brilliant little flowers because you can do them in different colors. You can use different ribbons. I'm using, let's find it. I'm using this ribbon, which, let me think, ruler, which is, I haven't got many ribbons, have I, Ange?
No, not at all. You could see the amount of ribbon she sent me when she wrapped the parcels. You could put it in your eye.
3. That's a ½ inch. That would be about 1/4 inch ribbon. The thicker the ribbon, the more harder it is to sew them. That's my only thing with them. So I tend to not go for thick ribbon. So
It's thin ribbon.
Yeah, and it's this satin ribbon. Bring your cotton to the front of your work, and you're going to make a spider web. So we're going to go up to 12 o'clock, and we're going to bring it at the back of my work, and I'm going to put it back through that center where I made that dot.
Rianne said you could open a shop with your ribbon.
Yeah, Rianne's seen my ribbon. Rianne's seen my ribbon. I haven't got much ribbon. I don't know what you're on about, Rianne. It's not hanging up, and I haven't got like a shoebox full down by the side of me.
No, you haven't, have you? No, not at all. I
Right.
can feel a moustache coming on.
Yes, definitely.
Moustache or ribbon. No chance.
That's 12 o'clock. So now we're going to bring our cotton to 6 o'clock. So but you always need to bring it through the center. Don't go from 12 o'clock right back down, because you need for the cotton, your lines, to be separated because of where the ribbon needs to go. So there's a line there. Holding it as close as I can to the camera. There's a line there, and there's a line here. So 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Now I'm going to come and bring it back through that center point, which is here. Bring it back up. And then I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to 1, 2, 2 o'clock. Between 2 and 3 o'clock. And I'm going to bring it back through the center. My center point. Now I'm going to bring it to between, what would I say, about 4? So you got 12, 2, 4, and 6 o'clock so far. Bring it back through the center.
What if you've only got a digital clock?
Well, if you've got a digital clock, you're stuffed if you've got a digital clock.
Could you do it in digital for us?
Oh, don't ask me to do that, Ange. Trying to get her own back. Right. So 12, 2, 4, and 6. We're now going to go at 7 o'clock. Bring it point back, bring the needle back to that center point again. And then we're going to go to 9 o'clock. Now you should have an odd number line. So let me count my lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's an odd number. There's 6 there, so that's at 9. Bring it back through the center. And then I'm going to go at 11. So I should have 7 lines. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7 lines. Should have done it in darker ribbon really for you guys to see. Right, I'm going to bring it in the center. And I'm just going to tie that off at the back because we don't no longer need the cotton and thread. If I had thought, I would have done this in darker ribbon and darker cotton for you guys to see.
Yeah, but it would have spoiled it.
Yeah. Right, the dull needle and my ribbon. Now, the more ribbon you've got, the better, really, because you can't, once you run out of ribbon, you can't rejoin it. So I would recommend getting a good length teddy, 10th ribbon. Gosh, some people pay for background noise. I don't need to pay for
do you know what? Yeah. You could record them and sell it.
Right, good length ribbon. And I'm going to put my needle. Oh gosh, I'm going to put my needle where I first placed the dot with one of my markers. Find the center. It's a bit difficult to get it through, but it's only coming through once. The hands have gone slipping out as they would.
Right, let's get rid of this a minute. Right, what's everybody saying? Let's have a look. Silk ribbon's good.
Let me try again.
Lisa said silk ribbon is good. If you get plain white, you can colour it yourself using pro markers. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know you could do that. I'm going through the stitches, which is why I can't bring my needle through. There we are.
River.
All the way
River. Can't find your
about
sorry.
an inch and a half. No, you're all right, Ange. What did River say?
Sorry. No, I was reading out comments. I was being rude. I'm sorry.
What did River say, Ange?
No, Lisa said she couldn't find River's channel.
Oh, if you click on her picture, Lisa, but that goes for anyone. If you click on their picture, all the 3 dots by the side of their comment.
It says go to channel.
Yeah, it says go to channel, and you'll be able to find their channel that way. That's what I usually do if I can never find anybody's channel. Right, so now it's in the center. I'm leaving about 1.5 inches of my ribbon behind because I'll need to tie that off. So I'm going to go underneath my thread at the back, and I'm going to bring my ribbon underneath at 12 o'clock. Now it needs to go underneath to start you off, and you're going to miss one thread and you're going to go underneath the next. And if it twists along the way, let it. And miss one, go underneath the next one. Miss one, go underneath the next one. So you'll be back to 12 o'clock. So that's what it'll look like. So, and you keep going, you keep doing that all the way around. Miss one, go underneath. Miss one, go underneath. I'm just gone underneath that one. I'm missing one. I'm going to go underneath this one. 6 o'clock. This one. Oops. Go underneath that one. Bring that up. Teddy. This one, go underneath. Miss one, which is there. Go underneath the next one. Like I say, you can make these separate to your project. Miss one, go underneath. And you can already see it starting to form. Miss one, go underneath. If it twists, mine is just done. See how it's starting to form? Miss one.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Angie. This one go underneath. Oh, I'll pay you later.
Get me everywhere.
This one go underneath, and that you just do that all the way around. So you start off with, you can either start off with 7 lines like I did, or you can start off with 5. Now these ones that I've made, I started off with 5 lines. This one I'm gonna go underneath. Pull my this one, go underneath, and I'm going to carry on doing that until it gets a bit thicker than where I want it to go at. And can you see it starting to form? Hi, Divana. No, Dave.
Right, let's have a look.
Davida. That is lovely. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Christine, sweetheart. That's how you make them. And then
they're very, very pretty, aren't they? I might give that a go, actually. I'll have to watch your video, though.
You'll have to watch it back. Angie's busy crafting.
Is that what they call it?
Is that what they are? What are you doing right now, Ange?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I've had to change my bobbin. It was all puckering.
Oh, no.
I know. So I've not got very far.
This one go underneath. This one go underneath. And I'm going to keep going. Now you can keep going till your ribbon, till whatever, how much ribbon you've cut off, you can keep going till you've used all your ribbon.
They would look lovely on little makeup bags, Lisa said. Yeah,
they would. And I tell you what else they would look really nice on. I made my mum for Christmas. I didn't do a project share as normal, but I did my mum. I'll have to take a photo and put it in our group. I did my mum a pin book, and I made a bunch of these on the pin book, and it really, really stood out. But you can make these separate. And it doesn't matter what material you decide to do these on. You could do them on satin, but you'd have to be really careful because obviously it's silky fabric. It doesn't really matter. But the more you do it, you can see the fuller it gets. So I'm now looking where the lines are. I'm going to go a little bit more before I finish off. This one, what's happened here? They would look perfect as embellishments by themselves.
They would, yeah, you're right.
That's just the type of flower they are. Right. Let me see. This one go underneath. Getting harder now because I'm running out of ribbon and I'm running out of my space of my fabric. here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it off underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off. I'm going to go through these 2 lines here. You know how I said you miss one? I'm going to go through these 2 lines to secure my ribbon in. So as you can see, that's what the 7 one looks like. I'm going to cut it off to approximately there. I might have to cut that down. There. And then I'm going to get my ribbon and thread, which I should have some left over. And then I'm just going to sew that on my work. And that is how you do your ribbon work. And then once I've done this, I'm going to place a button.
Oh yeah, the button.
Oh yeah, see, Angie did the button.
Getting it now.
Do you know, I didn't practice it either, and you know, so mine could go wrong.
Have you practiced yours? Because
no,
mine didn't go right. Hi, Dawn Marie.
Hi, Dawn Marie.
And I haven't said hello to River and lots of people. So hi to everyone.
Just sew it, but tuck the ribbon in so it's not noticeable. And then I'm going to flicker this over. And you know how I said leave so much off? I cut it down to that much, and then I'm just going to sew this in. But I'm not
going to get my ironing board out a minute, all right? So
okay, Ange, I'm not going to go through the front of my fabric. I'm almost just going through the fabric and coming back up, through the fabric, and I'm coming back up, just to secure it in. And it will pull, but I can pull it back out. Right. That's another one I'm just working on with. Oh, perhaps it is. And then I'm going to put a button, because we're going to do a buttonhole as well. Ted. Right. Put that down because that's already been sewn on. And that's what they look like. And then if you find your fabric pulling, just gently pull it back out. And I'm going to steam over that to make sure that stays where I want it to stay. Colette, you're a fast ribbon embroiderer. Am I? I didn't think I was. I didn't think I was. Thank you, River, sweetheart.
Excuse the background noise.
Oh, she's battering and clattering. I think she's getting her ironing board out.
Put the ironing board out.
Thank you, ladies.
What are they saying about you?
You've been so well with our challenges and series. That's so wow, Rian. I'm 2 away from 300 and 1 month from my first year on YouTube. Little Sue says, "Oh my word! Congratulations!"
Oh, you're really. That's brilliant.
Gillian says, "That's a beautiful Colette. Thank you, Gillian." River says, "Like the ribbon work, Colette." Thank you, River, sweetheart. Another 3 hubbies to get to 200. You mean subbies, Rian? Another 3 hubbies.
Getting husbands.
Another. Do you mean?
I'm not having one.
Do you mean subbies? You know, yeah, if that's why, you know, if you've got to get 3 hubbies. Right, I'm going to put this on maximum steam, and I'm just going to have to use 2 hands for this because I can never do it. And then I'm just going to gently prise this. It'll pull it myself back into shape anyway from when I put the backing on. There we are. That's all I wanted to do. Right, now my button and my buttonhole is 2 different things. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking my backing first of all. And I cut this out last week. So my first priority is to stitch all the way around when I'm making my purple stitches. And then we're going to do a button and a buttonhole.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, but
You did
no.
a buttonhole as well.
Yeah, we're going to do a button and a buttonhole. I'm going to flick it back over to Angie because I'm going to just do.
It's not very exciting, but yeah, come on over.
I'm just come on over. I'm just doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so nothing really exciting going on.
That's what I'm doing.
Why? What are you doing?
1/4 inch seam allowance.
Oh, you're doing 1/4 inch. I'll keep my eye out for it. Very excited here. Sarah, my sweetheart, I am working on your entry. No, I'm working on my entry for your challenge. Oh my word. It's lucky you got ladies know me so well.
I'm doing my channel. I'm going to try and do my channel. Not my channel. I'm trying to do a channel around the edge. A channel. I've got to keep it to that
you're
line.
You're going to a channel, and Rhiann's going to get 3 hubbies.
Yeah,
Right. So far, that's what's happened in the line so far.
Oh, it's puckering.
Oh, Ange. I had that last night and I didn't thread my bottom bobbin right.
No, I don't think it's that. I know you didn't thread your bottom. Oh, I can't talk now.
Bottom bobbin. My bottom bobbin. No, I didn't thread it right. And I was there for half an hour, Ange.
Yeah, she's tearing her hair out.
Tearing my hair out. And I went, I'm going to ring Mum and ask her. So I ended up ringing my mother and she was in bed giving me directions with all the lights knocked off and her eyes barely open.
He was flavour of the month.
I am. You know, I am.
Thing is, when your phone rings and it's your children late at night, you automatically think, oh my God, something's wrong.
Well, it was. I couldn't thread my bottom.
Yeah. Not like that, though. Iron that out, yeah, right.
But did you see I don't trust the man in the post office here. I've had a few parcels go missing and he has a tendency to hurl parcels in the back, even when clearly marked fragile. Oh, really?
They don't care.
They don't. And sometimes you can pay for the most expensive postage costs and they still treat your parcel the same.
Yeah. Thing is, I think with a job like that, when you first start, you're all like really, really careful, and then when after the next, you've been through about 3,000, you just sling them.
Yeah. One time, first class meant it went first class, but now it doesn't. Because you can pay for second class stampage, and it's in first class post. If that makes any sort of sense, it takes
No, not really.
days. You pay for second class postage and it gets there in the same amount of days as first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a big con, isn't it?
Angie's really wary when she goes to the post office. She to make me giggle.
Oh, I reckon they mix it up as they goes along.
That's what I had to giggle about. Right, I'm going to do my button and my buttonhole, Ange.
All right.
Oh, my word.
Wait. Pressure's on you now.
Pressure's on.
I've already mucked all mine up, so it's good.
Oh, cheers then. Oh, my word. No. Right.
Right, I've done my channel.
You've done your channel?
I mean, so there's the right side. And now I'm going to go all around the edge and make it all pretty. But I don't think it'd show up if I did embroidery, would it?
Well, that cotton wouldn't, no.
No.
If you change your cotton, then yes.
What colour cotton should I use?
What cotton have you got?
Shut this up anyway. I'll just go around the. No, I'll try anyway. This should be fun. It's just mine's boring. It's just sewing.
Have I got to put the button on before or pre-hand? No, I've got to put them on after.
Oh, you're the hostess with the mostess.
Oh, I was making something the other day, and it turned into something completely different.
Oh, that was good.
Angie was just sat there. I said, "What are you looking at?" She went, "I'm just fascinated." I was like, "You meant to make some." I was meant to make a drawstring bag, and it didn't turn into be a drawstring bag at all. It was something completely different.
I said to Chris, "Do you like my drawstring bag?" He said, "I don't know nothing like a drawstring bag to me."
He
did. Button on a flap.
Right. Is the string?
I would go faster, but it might making a really lot of noise.
Oh, the string's on the other side. It's been really, I tell you what I have learned this week. What have you guys, I'm going to ask the same question to you all. What's the one thing in crafting that you've learned this week, or you've come across and didn't even, oh, I've got something to show you. I've got a cool thing to show them, haven't I, Ange?
The what?
The spool trick to show them.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
That's on now, I got to show you. Yeah, so I've learned the spool thing, which I'm going to show you in a second. Then when I showed Angie, she went, I didn't even know that. What have you learned? It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be crafting related. I've also got a page. I have a page on Facebook where I post my sewing makes. If anyone would like to see it, it's called Painted Raven Crafts. That's Lisa.
Oh. Who's that?
That's Lisa, that is.
Oh, right. Well, that's something I've learned this week.
Have you learned anything about your machine, Ange?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, you are. We've been learning the different feet, me and Angie together this week. We've been learning. So whether I'm going to be doing a buttonhole, so whether I learned very much, I couldn't tell you, but I have been learning it.
I think as well as with sewing as well, if you're using your machine, it's a lot easier to do it like this and go slow when you first start, because you've got the control then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are scared of it because they're like, it goes so fast. It doesn't have to go. I'm proving that you don't have to go fast.
No, it doesn't have to go fast.
You can still muck it up no matter what speed you go at.
And the thing is, an automatic machine, I've heard people say, "Oh, an automatic machine, you're not in control of an automatic machine."
What about
I would say you've got more control over it than a manual, or same, but roughly about the same. Because with an automatic machine, you haven't got a start-stop motion with a button. But with a manual, you've got your button to concern about. But I would still love getting my manual machine out, because I've learned to grow to love sewing a lot more these past few months. And I'm finding I'm using less of my glue. I can't remember the last time I used my glue gun.
Oh yeah, mine's redundant now. Don't get used at all.
Yeah, it's on. What do they call? It's on. It is. Yeah, it's on redundancy. Mine is.
Oh my God, I feel like I've been doing this forever.
I think a little bit more.
Hey, I've done it. Oh, leave that. So there's my bag so far. It's a bit puckered around the edges, but it'll be fine.
I like the fabric, Ange.
Yeah, someone
Very
gave me
nice
that.
on my
I like
bag.
it. Pretty, isn't it?
Very pretty.
And that's the other side. And I've done the channel on my. For some reason, I think I've got my my bobbin wrong. What it was when I bought the machine, it had 2 bobbins with it. So I went on to I can't remember his Amazon and eBay and bought some more bobbins to go with it, but they were the generic ones, and they're not the same. So.
What do you mean by generic, Ange? Universal?
Well, you know, like the ones that are, they're similar. You know, I thought they were the real McCoy, but when they came, they looked totally different to the ones I got. So they don't quite sit in there like the other ones do. So, like the other 2 I've got. So now I could do fancy stitch around the edge.
Yeah.
Or I could just put a drawstring in there.
One needle have you put in your machine?
Pardon? I got that embroidery needle in there.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is it a 90 or a 75?
It's a 90.
There we are. You'd be perfect then to do embroidery.
Yeah. What colour should I do it in though, Colette? Do you reckon I should do it in red?
I think because Angie's also using. Are you also using that pink, multicolored pink thread?
No, not at the moment.
I thought you were using that one. I think it would need to be something darker.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick the burgundy out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. Right, let's get me cottons. I just got 1 or 2. 100. I can do these.
I'm just stitching my pieces. I'm not stitching the bag together as of yet. I'm just stitching my pieces together, doing it inside out to be able to do the buttonhole and the button.
I need to find a colour that'll go with that. What do you reckon? Burgundy? That'd look nice, wouldn't it? Burgundy. Like a red, deep red.
Right.
Well, that's quite nice as well. I'll use that one. That's more expensive thread.
And you can get bobbins in different sizes. You must buy the bobbins designed to go in your machine, or it can have tensions and damage.
I thought I was. But it will come out wrong. Buy bobbins designed to go in your machine. It can muck up the tensions and damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've got the original one. So what I'll do is I'll wind this thread onto the original bobbin and then it'll be fine. But this is just mucked right up. It's very difficult to see which one's the ones that.
Oh, I got a trick. I got a trick to show you about bobbins. I don't know what everybody wants to know. Shall I show you?
Yeah.
Right, bear with me then. I got a trick to show you, and I got a spool trick to show you as well. Right, just flick it back over to me in a second. But
all right,
bear with me because I'm going to get something out.
Find out which is the right ones.
Right now on your bobbin. Right, this is the trick. Right. I don't know whether the camera will pick it up. I'm hoping it will. On the bobbin itself, is that my table? Yeah, it is my table. Let the camera feed itself. Let me show you something, and you'll know exactly which ones it is. I might need a piece of paper in order to show you. Right. On the bobbin, now this goes for any bobbin, right? They should have a letter on. And if they don't, that means they're universal. Now, I'm holding it up, but I don't know whether you guys are going to be able to see it because it's really clear.
Yeah, it is. Can't see it.
Right, on this one, there's a B. I don't know whether, let me see if I can show you with my torch and my phone.
Well, I ain't got nothing on my bobbins.
Right, if it hasn't got any on, then it's universal. Now, can you see
I
it?
think that's the original one.
You
I
see
can't
now?
see that. I'm blind as a bat.
Well, on a bobbin, there's a little letter. And you'll either have B for brother, S for singer. You can't see it because of the light. Go on, see if I can do it now. Knock the light off.
There's my magnifying glass.
Oh, I don't know whether Chris has knocked the light off. So tell me if it is too dark. Come on, come on. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Let me get it in the right spot.
See, I think that's the right
just about
one.
See it. There's a letter where my finger is. No, you can't see it.
No letters on mine.
Well, anyway, if there's no letter on them, that means they're universal. If you're not too sure, there should be a letter on them. So you'll either have like B for brother, S for singer. That'll be your guiding line. That one's got like a little B on the top, and that will tell me that it's my brother machine. The other one
has yours got one hole in it or two?
The holes are just they are. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with what you saying to me.
What the Angie blah blah. Hang on, no, just.
So if it hasn't got a letter on it, they're universal bobbins. If it has got a letter on, you know it's for a singer or a brother. So that's my first little trick. So I'm gonna have you all looking now at your bobbins.
Oh, so Lisa says you can use white thread on the bottom bobbin. You only need your coloured thread on the top. And Rianne said, that's a great tip, Lisa. Save winding a new bobbin every time you change the colour. It saves on the amount of coloured thread you use too. Yeah, Lisa said. Yeah, wouldn't it show through though?
No, I done white before, and if you're doing a top stitch or an embroidery stitch, you do want the same colour for both top and bottom, if you want it to show. Like Angie, I know you want you're doing your embroidery so that it's going to be seen on the outside and inside. Am I thinking that? So that's right. That way you would need your colours to match. If you're not really don't want to really be seen on the inside of your work, then yeah, white thread.
Yeah.
Way to go.
That's a good idea.
My other little tip, which Angie was like completely stunned at this week, was this. Right, you know these little Gatterman.
Hello, Sun and Moon Arts. Is that Maddie? Is it Maddie?
Hi, Sun and Moon, sweetheart. Know these spools, right? These spools have usually got papers either end. Well, we usually rip the papers off because when they go in their machine, they usually get ripped off. But with these type of bobbins, if you prise them apart, so not the one that hasn't got a gap, the one side that has got a gap, you can do it with the scissors or you can do it with your nail because it doesn't really need that much to prise it apart. If you twist it and bring it out, it pops open. And the reason for that is that you only do it when the paper hasn't been torn on each side. Say you were traveling and you didn't want your needles to go missing, you would place your needles inside the thread and you would place the lid down, and that way then you know your needles aren't going to come out of your spool, so they're not going to damage anything. If you think they're going to damage anything, they're not. So that's my sort of
storage.
Yeah, that's my another. Right, so this is what I was doing. I put my gas and my bread on and everything else. I'm now gonna left it up where I just turned it inside out, and I'm just gonna turn it the other way, and I'm gonna make sure that those hem stitches are lining up quite nicely. Which they should be in a second.
Yeah, that's well, I never knew that. Great tip for that.
I didn't know that. Thanks so much. Oh, bless. It was my mum that showed me. I didn't even know. When I was amazed when she showed me, I was like, oh my word, didn't know that. And then when I showed Angie, she went, well, I never. What are exactly
Out of our stairs.
And I'm just gonna prise that apart so I get my, because I don't want to lose the round shape of my front of my storage thing. So I've just got to put a needle on and my buttonhole. So I'm going to sew from that edge to that edge. So I'm going to bring you over to my threader. I've got a B plate in now because I don't want my 1/4 inch seam allowance on there. I'm just going to put it dead in the center. Actually, I might turn it to that way so it's, let me think. I'm trying to think what way it is. No, it'll stick to straight stitch. Right.
Right, let's watch this.
Just going to go back a few stitches. So this is just the opening of my little case. Take the pins out as I go along. And I'm going right on the edge because I'm going to be doing it. I could do a top stitch anyway all the way around. I'm going to make sure I've got the edge of my work. I'm going to give it a top stitch all the way around. Then I'm just going to go all the way around with it, just on the edge. That way, nobody's going to know where my little hole is, where I've turned it inside out. Okay. Just have to move it ever so slightly. Top stitch all the way around. I'm doing this in dark pink, so I want the stitches to be seen. Make sure my pouch is flat. Now this is only the top piece. This isn't the top and bottom piece. So I haven't quite finished it because I want to put a buttonhole and a button on it. I'm a bit nervous to tell you the truth. I think Angie felt like that, to put the buttonhole, even though I've done it through the week.
Honey, don't worry about it. I've mucked mine up.
I was like, my stomach's turning, and I don't know why. I've done it.
I've done mine. Everybody was watching me when I mucked mine up. Go on, yours will be perfect. You wait and see.
I don't think so, Ange.
No, I do.
Just checking that the beads are not loose. It's really important if I'm putting beads on to make sure that they're really secure as well. Teddy. Just top stitching it all the way around. This is what they call a top stitch. So a top stitch is literally a stitch that goes on top of your work, and it's a stitch that can be clearly seen. And I'm just going to turn it. Right, now I've got on my Let's slow this down because it's getting a little bit thick. Get a little button on the side of my foot. And because my material is getting a little bit thick, I press the button, it allows the fabric to glide through instead of it struggling.
Oh, have you? Yours is posh.
No, that's on the foot. You should have one, Ange.
I probably have. I haven't found it yet.
A little button, I'll show you. I'll drop the foot now. Once I finish this, I'll show you where the button is.
All right, thank you.
It's just so that the fabric can glide through without a problem.
Yeah, Lisa said it's only a buttonhole, babe. Don't worry.
I know. My stomach is turning. It's like, right. So
Lisa said only a buttonhole. Says me who avoids them at all costs. I think they're good fun when you get them right. But obviously I never got mine right. I've never ever got my buttonhole right. But I've still always had a buttonhole.
Because we did some in the week, didn't we, Ange?
Yeah.
Really perfect.
Still not in the right places.
I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut. And that allows me a real nice edge on the side. And somebody's going to say, where did you turn that inside out? And I'm going to say, go and watch a video. I'm not telling you. Oh, gosh. I can just, the comments aren't coming up to me at the moment. Only buttonhole. Oh, I know. I'm just so nervous, Lisa. I don't know why. I'm just right. This is where the button is, and you ready for me to show you?
Yeah.
Right. So if I drop this foot has got like a little button on the side.
I'm gonna go wait for it to catch up because I think you've just finished your sewing.
Oh, I know. Oh, there it is. I'm showing everybody now. There's the little button on the side. And that's what the foot looks like. And it's got like a little plastic cover on the side. And you think, oh, that foot isn't doing anything.
Oh.
But yeah, that little button helps you glide your fabric through. Because I'm using thicker fabric. Because I've put...
I've got a little button on mine.
Have you got a foot?
I've got 2 feet. 2 hands.
2 feet, 2 hands. Have you got a foot that's got one of them?
I might have one of them. Right,
let's draw our buttonhole and button before I chicken out. I can't chicken out because Angie's going to say, I did mine. Daddy.
Don't really show.
Right. Right, let's get our button and buttonhole. So, yes, that's the way I want it. Just having to think about what way I've got it. So that's the way I want it because I'm going to be putting lace on top of this in a second. So I want my button. Shall I do the button first on the buttonhole?
Well, I think it makes sense to do the buttonhole because that if you try and get the button,
yeah,
to match up with the buttonhole.
Well done, Ange.
Yeah, it's easier to make yeah. Do your buttonhole first.
And there's my button foot. Right.
Which way are you doing your buttonhole? Along or up?
I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing it that way, so my button is on the inside because I've forgotten to stitch some lace to make the outside of my pocket look a bit pretty. So I'll stitch that on in a second. But I'm going to put my button, I think I'm going to put my button on the inside so when it shuts, because that's going to be the outer side, that is going to be the side that everybody's going to be looking at. So I think I'm going to be putting my button on that side and my buttonhole here. So to help me practice which way it goes, because I can never remember, I need to get a button for myself. Trying to think. I need quite a big button. Need a dish. Right, let me have a... Let me see. Oh, that's a nice button. Will that fit in my buttonhole? Yeah, that'll fit. No worries. Right, there's my button. These are just buttons I had given to me, but I can't remember who gifted them me. Or should I do a pink one? Should I do a green button or a pink button?
What, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking everybody a green button or a pink button.
I'll ask everybody, don't ask me.
There's my pink button, my dark pink button. Or should I do green? Just the back of the foot. I think I remember. I think I just need to do it on a piece of scrap to know where my that's a pretty button. I don't think that's going to be big enough for my closure. Can anybody remember? What? No. Anybody remember? What do you guys think? A pink button. So there's the pink one, the dark pink one.
Right. So
there's the light one. Teddy.
Someone's saying green for a bit of contrast.
That's right. I thought green for a bit of contrast.
Lisa said green. Sun and Moon Arts said green. Lisa said green. Little Sue said she loved the pink.
Yeah, I thought yeah. So
what's a hubby unit? What's a hubby? I've got jars of buttons on my hubby unit. I don't know what that is.
Hubby unit?
Yeah, never heard of it.
Oh, is that? Oh, I don't know. Hubby unit? Haberdashery unit.
Ah, right, okay.
Is that what that stands for?
Their brains might be dangerous.
I think that's what that stands for. Don't quote me on it. Right. I'm going to sew this lace on, which, again, I'm just going to do tops. I should have.
Haberdashery, yeah. Sorry. Interrupting you again.
I'm going to go over to Angie while I just do the top stitch of this pretty lace.
Oh, no, really? I'm
going to flick her over to me where you're going to see me mess up the buttonhole and the button.
Oh, I can't wait. It's your turn.
Oh, my words. Haberdashery. I thought it was haberdashery, Lisa. I only knew that. Do you know why I only knew that? Because of my pictures. There's a new reason I remembered it.
Move my hand out of the way.
To you now, Ange.
All right. Okie dokie. I'm going very slow again. I'm putting my pattern on now, but I'm watching it on the inside because it's easier for me to see. I'm doing little bows. I think I'm doing little bows. I can't remember now. There might be flowers actually, thinking about it. So this might take a while, ladies.
You're going to do bows, you said?
I don't know if they're bows or flowers. I can't remember. It might be flowers.
So I really enjoyed tonight because me and Angie have both done different things. And yet again, come out with completely different styles. The machine's running away with me.
It's the first time I've done this, so you will have to bear with me. I'm not super confident. And I'm not very patient either. Can you see the little flowers? They're flowers.
Can I see the little flowers? I'm going to have a look now, Ange. Can I see the little flowers? Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, look at them, Ange.
Yeah, they're right, aren't they?
Oh,
I go a bit faster because it's getting on my nerves. It's too slow. I'll be here all day otherwise, all night, I mean. I don't know how well they'll show up on the other side, but you'll be able to see them anyway on the inside, won't you?
yeah. Well, I really enjoyed working on my machine tonight. Cut that off, and then I'm going to do my. Oh, I'm so nervous. My button. Oh, my button.
Well, you could do it.
I think I should have put this lace on before I done my top stitch. Right. Oh my word. You enjoying doing that embroidery, Ange?
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
It is. I must admit, when I was doing embroidery on my machine, I loved it. And I don't know how you guys feel, but because you guys are watching us, whether you find it relaxing watching our when we're working with machines. I find it so therapeutic, especially when somebody's using the machine. That's what I find most relaxing. Now, oh well, Lisa, since you've got a bit of music, you've got a bit of music. Lisa said her next door neighbours just started playing music. I said, well,
no.
Music?
I hate that.
I had some firemen knock the door at 8:15 this morning. And they wanted to check. Apparently there was it wasn't a dangerous fire, but 2 doors down had a fire. You know, I think it was something like, it couldn't have, I know any fire is serious and dangerous, but I know what I'm trying to say when I say it, that the house wasn't burning down. Does that make sense? And anyway, they knocked the door 8:15 this morning. I just want to check that you've got a, just want to check, he said, that you've got a fire thingamajig working. Well, he didn't say like that. He didn't say nothing like that. Fire alarm working. And a carbon monoxide alarm working. Right. Okay. Are you ready? My smoke alarm. That's it.
Now I'll slow mine down so it's really quiet now, so you can carry on.
Right. I'm gonna do my buttonhole first so my button can go on the inside. Oh my word.
It'll be fun.
Right. Oh, I've just been kicked out of my own life. Right. I'm gonna tilt you back a few. So first we need to find the button stitch. Before we do that, I just want a piece of scrap just to see where I can't remember where my machine begins. And it's used for fireman cut. Well, of course. Smoke alarm, yes. Smoke alarm, that's what they were that's what they come out for. Right. I'm going to switch now to my buttonhole. So my button stitches, I'm going to do 109. So they are my stitches. Let me show you my stitches first. Well, you can see that. I'm hoping you can. These are my button stitches, buttonhole stitches. That's the button stitch, which I'm going to come to in a second. But these are my buttonhole stitches. So from here to from 104, we're looking at. So any of these, any of those, I'm liking 112 and 116. So let's go 112. These are the length and the width. So the length, 6.5, that's all it let me do. I'm going to go, how wide is that? No 0.8. Let's try no 0.8. Right. I've got a piece of scrap material here. I need to work out where my machine begins and where it ends in order to do this. And my machine's also telling me that it needs the foot F, which I'm about to put on. Yeah, foot F. Drop this one down. Lift this up. Drop that down. And I'm going to put that to the side. Right. A pen on my erasable ink, otherwise it will be no longer. Right, let's take a look at where it begins and where it ends. So, okay. Oh, so I did exactly what Angie did, and I forgot my little bar. Right, now I can begin. So I think it's starting from the top. I think it starts from the top and works its way down. Yeah, it starts from the top, works its way down. So I also, looking at this, just going to pull that through, cut it. I think my buttonhole goes like that, so I need to turn my fabric the other way. All this, yeah, I have to think about really bad when I'm doing this. I just think, right.
We all think the same things, Colette. You're just saying it out loud, that's all.
Bring my little foot up. Do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
4 inches. So that is my buttonhole. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to see whether it's thick enough. I don't think it's thick enough for that button. But we'll see. Oh, it might be. I don't know whether it's thick enough, so maybe I'll test. Oh yeah, it's wide enough. I've got the same width and I got the perfect length. Right. Now. Oh my word. Right, I want my buttonhole. This is my practice one I'm looking at. Teddy. This is my practice one I'm looking at. Ted. That's my practice one I'm looking at, and I want my buttonhole to begin there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put practice one of my real thing. I'm going to take my invisible pen, and I'm just going to put a little dot where it begins, where I want it to begin, which is there. So what did I say started from? Starts at the top and works its way down. That's what I said, didn't it? So starts from the top, works its way down. I've done it the wrong way. Starts from the top, works its way down. Starts from the top, works its way down. There. Right. Here we go. My word. I'm going to put my foot. Right. Okay. Bring this little doodah down. And I'm going to press start. No, that's stop. No, that's not doing it. Because I only know that because it's not moving the fabric. Oh no, I could be wrong. No, I was right. I was right. I'm going to pick this. There.
Have you done it?
No, I caught it.
Oh no.
Gathered up. Come on. Right, let me see this again.
Oh, bye, Dawn. Bye, Dawn.
Bye, Dawn. Thank you for stopping in, sweetheart.
Definitely.
Okay.
Don't do it. Put a snap fastener on it instead, Colette.
No. It's not giving me it. It's not doing it. I think it might be because the fabric's too thick.
Might be.
But it's not allowing the feet to. See, I could, if I knew how, I could do an embroidered, and what they call an applique stitch. Well, what I will do instead
Yeah, Velcro. Velcro.
I was thinking that, putting Velcro on it. I got some sew on Velcro underneath. You knew you weren't going to work. I have to try it
Never mind. You just, will you be able to still put your button on?
I don't know. Oh yeah, because if I put my button on the back, I've got this. Because I've got the loop. So I could put the button on. What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Try increasing the stitch length. No, it won't let me go any higher. What I might do is I might put a button on. Or I tell you what, I'm gonna I want to put a button on. I might put a button on and then let me put a button.
This is how the drawstring bag turned into something totally different.
I know. Let me put a button on. I know to do a button. Right. Let me get a button stitch. I'm going to put a button on in where I've just marked it. M.
You got any Velcro?
Yeah, I got some Velcro, but I'm going to put a nice pretty button on. Just for fancy, something fancy on the front. Right, and I'm going to put my button there. Let me get a button. I need my button here. Where's my button gone? Where's my button, Ange?
Huh?
I can't find my button now. Hey, you don't think that was the problem, Gio?
What?
The fact that I didn't have a button in my foot.
Well, your button would be in the back, wouldn't it? In the back of your foot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that's probably why. It didn't know where how what width to go.
Do you reckon?
Maybe.
No, I don't.
Thing is, it's an embroidery machine. It's designed to go through thick stuff.
Yeah, this is it. Perhaps I'm just working it wrong. Shall I try it with a button? I'll try it one more time with a button. If it doesn't work with a buttonhole, then I'll leave it and sew Velcro on it. Right, because my button wasn't in my stitch. And I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to put the button, right, so let me talk through it. I'm going to put the buttonhole on.
I'm just speeding this up a minute because it's taking forever and it's driving me crazy. Sorry, it's a bit noisy. I'm near at the end now, thank God.
There's the button.
Thank the Lord.
That's insecure. I'm going to bring this down and bring it forward. I'm going to go 12. There. And I'm going to try again. Try one last time to do this. Could I do it that way and have I could have my buttonhole that way, couldn't I? Lengthways. Yeah, I could have it that way. Oh God, decisions. It's driving me nuts. Right, what did I say? It starts from the top and works its way down.
You did.
Right, I'm going to start it from the middle and I'm going to put my buttonhole lengthways so it hooks in underneath. I've got the foot down, got my button stitch on, got my width, got my length. Let's see if it does it now. Let me bring that to the side. Let's come loose. There, right, and I'm going to try it again. Oh, seems to be working the fabric. The fabric just moved. No, it doesn't. It's gathering it underneath. I'm doing something wrong. Right, Velcro it is.
Yeah, I don't blame you, love.
No. I'd leave that there. Right, let me get some Velcro out. I'm going to put Velcro in. Hold it. I'm sorry, guys. I tried.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Right, Velcro.
You adapt things.
Oh my word, Velcro. Let me get my foot out for my Velcro. Do I need a B foot? An A foot. No button foot. This might be A foot. There's the A. There's the A. Right, let me cut a piece of this and we're going to stitch this on. I'm just going to do a little bit of a top stitch. Goes that way, so I want a bit of going. This is sticky back Velcro. So I'm going to put it just along my line there. And I'm going to cut it there. And I'm just going to stitch that on with an ordinary stitch, and then there, see how no, I should have done this in the beginning.
What have you done?
Velcro.
Love it.
Oh God. And I'm going to go on that edge. And back up this edge.
See, originally I was going to show him how to do the button on. You was going to sew on the button.
Yeah, that was the plan anyway.
Wow, it's turned out right.
And can you believe it? We even practiced this in the week. So I said to Angie, I said, "Oh, I said
I never practiced mine.
I'm gonna, do the feet together. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do." No. There's that one. So I'm gonna flick her over to Angie while I put the Velcro on the top. Right. What sticky pine have I got? That's the sticky side. That's the sticky side.
Oh, good night, Christine.
Good night.
Thank you for coming along.
Thank you for coming on, sweetheart.
Please, Colette, can you stitch the button on the machine using the zigzag stitch? You need to drop the feed dogs to say, yeah.
Yeah, I will do the button. I know how to do the button. I do.
Right, sorry, I moved my camera earlier on because I
think what I'll do
to be so close.
is I will come back and
I am.
Do the I will come back next week and I'm going to practice that button. No, it's not going to get the better of me, that's for sure. I will.
That way.
I've been doing the button all week. Can you believe it?
So I embroidered all around the edge with this pretty little flower. It doesn't show up too much on that side, but I'm not bothered because when it's the drawstrings, and I'm going to put some lilac ribbon through because I thought it was a nice contrast with rather than going for red or with there's bits of purple and that in there. So I'm going to thread the ribbon through now. And what you do with this, because you've got the buttonhole that side and that side, is you thread one all the way round, and then you go in this side and thread all the way around that way. So you get like a double, and I just double length so that you can pull the drawstring. And all I'm doing is just going to go through the channel. Don't worry about these. I spray them with water and they just disappear eventually. So yeah, just pulling it all the way around to make my drawstring bag. This one hasn't got a bottom in it, so you can get more in it, can't you? I've made both. I made it both ways. So that's coming out that side. So I want it so that it pulls right out, so you can have it nice and flat if you want. So plenty of ribbon. So you can have it as flat as you like. It's just a matter of pulling enough ribbon through. And bags are good fun. They're good fun to make. They're good fun to make for gifts as well. It's always nice to put something, if you're making something or you're sending friend mail, happy mail, to put it in a nice little bag. And I know it took a long time tonight, but that's basically because I didn't want my machine to make a lot of noise.
Well, it's not just that, and we've had to tackle with the downloading, uploading.
Yeah. So obviously all you need to do with these is just make sure you tie a knot so they don't pull back through. But I'm going to be putting some things on the end, so I am going to need my glue gun. Right, so you're not redundant, you see. And then this one's got to go in this side. My room's trashed again. I've got everything out everywhere. That's crafting for you.
Yeah.
Makes a change for me to actually work in colour as well, because I'm always using like whites and creams and that. So this material is beautiful. So yeah, you go past that one and just carry on round to the other side. As you go. You're going to do your button, Colette?
Am I going to do my button?
Oh, you're not putting a button on it. Was you going to put a button on it? I can't remember.
I was going to put a button on it. I was going to put a button on the front. If I get enough time tonight, I'll do a button. I will do one because I've been practicing one all week to do one. It's not going to get the better of me. No. I don't know about a buttonhole, but I'll definitely try and do it. Because I definitely wanted to put one on, yeah. Because I just wanted it for something different.
What's that bit? How does that come out? In.
So yeah, subscribe to each other. There's lots of challenges going on at the moment. Lots and lots and lots. A couple of the challenges that just spring to mind are Sarah's challenge, that's still going. My challenge. As long as you don't ask me when the due date is on that one.
Because you can't remember.
I can't remember. What other challenges are going on? Rianne's challenge, Mrs. G.
Yeah. I think Debbie Vignola, she's doing one, isn't she?
Is that still going?
I'm not sure.
Eddie.
So I'm going to get me little mat because I don't want to burn my my new tablecloth, my whatever it is. And then I'm going to put some little what should I put on today? Should I put on hearts or should I put on balls?
I'm going to put those hearts you gave me on mine.
I'll put balls on mine then.
No, you can put hearts, Ange.
Oh,
I love
sorry.
using them because they are gorgeous. To be fair.
Wonderful. Where's the hearts gone? I've got them left, I don't think. I think I give them all to you, am I?
More hearts.
Yeah. Those little flat things, you know, the ones that are...
You don't find them, Ange?
No. Oh, they might be in here. It's one I prepared earlier. No, not in there.
See, that's... Chris, do you want to put Teddy over the toilet before I kill him? Oh my word, I can't see the comments.
You can't see the comments?
Oh, now I can see the comments. They were hidden. I do apologise. Claire, when are you posting up the D-stash? I was finishing... Oh. I know you're asking me now. I've been busy posting. Some have gone out this week. Most of them have gone out this week. Some
I've got to do mine this weekend.
I've already posted.
2.
I did 4, 7, 10 parcels. I couldn't post any more because I haven't been able to get posted in bags. But do you remember you want to kite off me, Lisa? Well, I've got one more thing I'd like to make you. And I'm going to do that over the weekend. And then I should be with you Monday. Well, it should be with you Tuesday. Yeah, I'm going to post you Monday.
This is the bit where I burn myself with the hot glue.
Oh, Angie.
I'll try not to.
But no, I've already done 10 parcels. The postman must think I haven't got a shop.
Yeah, you're running an eBay shop.
I went into him the other day with 10 parcels. I went, right, this is going to US. Now give me the shipping for that one. And he went, right, so what's the next one? I went, that one's going to US. That one's in UK. That one's in UK. And he was like, you know when somebody repeats it back to you like an echo?
That was in the UK.
Yeah, I was going, that's in the UK. And he would go, that's in the UK. And I'd go, yeah, that's in the UK. And that one's going to USA. That one's going to USA. And the post office this week. Big queue of people behind me.
Yeah. Who was that woman?
Oh, my days is together. Oh, well done. Didn't think I was ever going to get there. Right, I'm going to put a button on a buttonhole. I am going to do a button because I've been practicing a button. So I'm going to get my feet out on my button. I'm going to do a button. Angie, what are you doing?
I'm sticking on balls on my ribbons.
Are you busy?
What do you mean? Am I busy?
Keep on talking, Ange. Keep talking.
Oh, right. Okay. Don't forget, Claire, you've got to drop your feed dogs. Dog feed, whatever they are.
Oh, yeah. See, I would have forgot that.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. I think Lisa mentioned it as well. That's why I remember it. Thank you, Lisa.
We go that way. On there. Should I have it that way?
Hold on, I say.
Yeah, I'll have it that way. Yeah, I got to drop the feed dogs, and I got to put the letter M on the machine.
Yeah. These might be a bit long, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And then you pull it like that. Oh, they are a bit long, aren't they? Look what I've done. Enough there to hang yourself. Oh, look at these. I will shorten them, I think. They're a bit long.
They're a bit long, are they, Ange?
Just a little bit too long, yeah. Never mind. Not the end of the world. Nobody died.
Do you know what? I don't know what it is tonight. I think it's because we had a lot of stress coming on because we had to install and deinstall and do this and do that. I think that's what sort of stress.
There's the bag. It looks like a mop hat.
Because I mean,
extra long strings. Oh my days!
And you've made those bags countless times. Countless times.
There we are. Should I put some in it? What should I put in it? I'll put some tulle in it. I've got lots of tulle, haven't I?
Yeah, you got lots of tulle. Right, I'm going to do my button. That's the last thing to be done.
When I was cutting up my wedding dresses, right, I was making up bags of tulle, right? What did Colette send me? I was going, I'm going to bag it all up. I said, no, every Happy Mail or swap or whatever, I'm going to send off a bag of tulle with it. And then what did she send me?
I don't know. What did I say?
I was like, no, not more tulle.
She said, you didn't send me some more tulle, did you, Claire? I was like, no, Ange, no. She went, Claire? She went, I went, yeah. She went, you sent me tulle.
Sent me a bag of tulle.
I went, no, Angie, you got one.
There we are. It's making a noise. Oh no, look, that's all misshapen. That's no good, that bag. What should I put in it? Use it as a scrap bag. How's that? Right, can we go back to you now? Because you're doing some sewing.
Well, I'm just going to put this button on, and then I'm going to get.
If you want it with extra long ribbons on, ladies, do it how I did it.
Right.
If you want it to look normal, obviously don't do the ribbons so long as it looks like a pumpkin.
And that looks beautiful. I like the fabric.
No, I'm not convinced. I think I got too much ribbon on it. Never mind.
You could put ribbon inside it.
Well, I might have to.
Right. Angie, that's a beautiful bag. Right. Underneath my machine, I dropped the foot dogs. Now,
This has got a couple of mad cats you can put in the bag.
Ah, see? There's always...
And the twat from next door, complete with drum kit. Oh, my days.
All right. I'm doing a button now.
Thank you, ladies. Carry on.
I know what to do under my Ange. I've been doing them. So this right. So
this could be perfect.
Should be. I'm using the letter M. The foot M. That's what the foot looks like for my machine. You put your button under the foot and then you clamp it down. Now on my machine, I've got an actual stitch. That is the button. It's basically like a smiley face with two eyes. But if you're on a different machine, then you would use, if you haven't got that stitch, then you would use a zigzag stitch. So the first thing you want to do is put your button in where whatever you want it. Yeah, whatever you want it. And then place the needle in the two holes. So the trick is to count 10 times. So it isn't like this. 1, 2, 3. Because you're going to put too many stitches in and then you're not going to have a button. The idea is you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how you do it, right? So I've already put it in once. I'm going to lower my needle. Now, if it's nearly touching the button, I'm going to lower it back up, and I'm going to move the button over to one side until I'm happy where the needle's gone. Move it in that one, so that's gone in 3. So I'm going to lower it all the way down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the needle straight up, lift the foot up, and then bring it all completely away. And you want to cut at least 4, they say 4 inches, but I always cut about 3 inches. Cut it away and you've got a perfect button. Now I've only done the top stitch of the button because this button has got 4 holes. So I'm just
sorry, Lisa said, did you know every button, regardless of size, the holes are always the same distance apart? Yes.
I
found that out the other night.
I said that to Angie. I found that out. Do you know where I found that, Lisa? I found that out through Debbie Shaw. She said it in one of her videos, and it's true. If you look at
and do you know where I found that out?
Where did you find it out, Angie?
I found it out off of Claire.
Right.
And I didn't believe you, and so I tried it with a little tiny button, and it was the same. I was like, oh my days.
I'm going to push it up until I get my bottom holes. Push it down. Come on, thread, right. So let me push in. No, that's hitting the button, so I wouldn't want to press start, put my foot on the machine. That's still hitting the button, so that's telling me it needs to go up. There's 1, 2. Now I know it's clear. Now I can press start. I'm going to slow the speed down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't let it go in. I'm not going to press cut because that's what I did and it messed it all up. I'm going to bring it all up way out and then I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. And that, even though I'm going to buttonhole, that is my button. And then
it's pretty.
It is pretty. It is a pretty.
Is it on the inside or the outside?
It's on the outside, but I think it's just
it's like it's on the inside.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's on the outside of the fabric, but I think I've done it the wrong way. So it's just going to be, I don't know, because of the way I've done the ribbon, it can easily tuck under. Yeah, it's a happy mistake. I'm going to go away. And I always tie these, but you could just cut them off. Right, I tie them for security. And then that's on the outside. So I'm going to show you my little project. It's now finished. Woo! Finished it. Little buttonhole, but I finished it. Oh my word. Right. Let me so I've spent 2 lives making this. It has been the most beautiful project to make because it meant that I really had to think about where I wanted my fabric, how I wanted it, how I wanted it to look. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the inside of this. What they call it? Velcro. But I have stitched it both ends, so it's not going to come undone. I just need a little bit of glue. And the reason I haven't stitched it all the way is because I put 2 little pockets. There's one there and there's one there. And then when this folds over, it reveals all that beadwork. So I could the idea was to have a buttonhole there so the button would go through. But the fabric,
that's nice.
The Velcro is going to keep it from closing as well. And then when I do want it closed, so that's all the embroidery ribbon. When I do want it closed, it lifts up. This goes under the button when it wants to, like so. And then I can carry it. So it's a portable, I don't know what you could call it. You could put anything inside it. I'm going to be putting my sewing stuff inside it, and I might even bling the outside up with some appliques maybe. But I'm not doing that tonight because I've earned a well good cup of tea. But I like the way it's turned out. And I love my embroidery stitch all the way around. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I sat down and I redid it, because that's what would have looked like if I had stuck with what I'd done last week. It wasn't quite the same. You see how it's not quite the same. So I'm glad I took the time out today to cut myself another piece. But yeah, you could even do another. I could even do another ribbon work here.
Yeah, you could.
You know,
cover up that button where that button is.
Yeah, cover up the button. So yeah, that's my piece, and I really do hope you've enjoyed me crafting and enjoyed me showing you my different feet and how they work. I do know that I haven't done a buttonhole, but I'm not going to let it defeat me, because next week I'm going to be doing a project with a buttonhole. I'm just not going to let it defeat me. And I think with machines, and Angie will agree with me on this, with any machines, it's trial and error as you're learning, because you want to be able to learn these things and be able to
get perfect at it.
Grow from it, yeah.
Perfect it, I would say.
It. Thank you, Angie. So I'm going to flicker over to Angie to see her little.
You can see, yeah, is that slight modification since you wrote?
I could do a little modification. I thought I could do little some things to it. So I'm going to flicker over to Angie, but I really do hope you've really thrived and enjoyed me watching this. And yeah, sorry we're late on tonight. I'm sorry we're late on, as in late on.
That would look really nice if you put lace all around the edge.
Yeah, see, I can modify it a bit more than that. Yeah, definitely put lace around the edge. I could put those appliques, you know, the ones you gave me today.
Yeah.
I could put them on there. But it's one of those projects where you could grow from it. I'm just going to read some comments. Nice video, ladies. River says, enjoy. Thank you, River, sweetheart. It's beautiful clap. Beautiful clap. Thank you, Julianne and Rianne. Love the ribbon roses. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, you've done a beautiful job of that. I don't think it's finished. I don't think it's finished yet.
No, I'm going to be adding some appliques, I think I will add. Magic disappearing button. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. A project next week with a buttonhole. So she says, I'm definitely going to do one. I'm definitely going to do it. I'm not going to let it defeat me or put me off because I haven't done it tonight. I'm definitely going to do it. And I'm going to perfect it so that when I come on next week, you guys will see me do a project with a buttonhole. That's definitely what's going to happen. But I get something in my mind, Angie will tell you this.
Oh yeah, very determined.
Very.
So I've got the remnants of. I went back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
And I made them shorter because it was too much ribbon.
Yeah.
So now I've got shorter ones. And it's just a little bag, really. It's quite sweet. I love the colours of it. Easy to make. Obviously, I made a bit of dragged it out with the embroidery, and it's got all the pretty flowers on it. Look. And yeah, it's cute. It's super cute, and I love it. I love little bags anyway, and I just think that just really nice thing to make. That's nice and easy.
Yeah.
If you wanted to give it as a gift, or I don't know, I make bigger ones that you can put your scraps in, don't I? So
yeah. Do you want me to show you the one? Do you want me to show you the one you made me, Ange?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. So and you can tie it any way you want. But there you have it, my little bag.
Angie, that bag
embroidery on it. So thank you everybody for being patient with me, because I'm not the easiest person in the world, but
well, and I really
in the end. I mucked it up a bit, but never mind.
So did I. So did I. I mean, like I say, crafting's all about learning, and I think it would be silly of us to come on and just show you it perfected. I think it's really nice us showing you the stages of us growing our craft, because I don't know whether it's just me, and if it's me, then it's me. But I always think that if I'm watching a video, I like to see the stages of them crafting it, because I always think, oh, they've done that in 5 minutes, let's go and do it. And then I spend 10 hours doing the same thing. And I'm thinking, how did they get it so perfected? And then I have to remind myself that maybe it's the editing, maybe they edited the errors out, maybe they didn't make any errors, maybe it was just perfect to begin with. But I always like to see the process of things.
Lisa said she's going to make one. Well done, Lisa. Thank you. River, thank you. It is lovely fabric, isn't it, River? My bestie gave me that. She did me. I got a fat quarter with all these beautiful, beautiful patterns. So that's why I thought tonight I'd make one with that. And I absolutely love it. This color collect. Well, I love all the colors actually, and that one there as well is one of my favorites. Love them. Thank you so much for giving them to me.
You're very welcome, and that came from a shop called Pink Scissors. So, ladies, go and check them out.
Yeah, and thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Gillian, and thank you, Carla. I love you lots. Yeah, you're gonna go over and show them my bag now, are you?
Yes, I'm going to show you.
I've already seen it.
You might have already seen it. And ladies, just to let you know, I did notice the thumbs down. I noticed it this minute we had it. I just didn't want to acknowledge it. So thank you for all the comments. It wasn't that I was ignoring you guys. It's just I didn't want to give it any attention. But I just wanted to let you know that I did acknowledge it, and that I don't look at the thumbs down anymore. I look at the thumbs up. And for all the positive feedback you always give us, that's what spurs me on to do another live for the following.
Definitely. So say all of us.
Yeah. So please don't think I was ignoring you, ladies. I wasn't. It was just I didn't want to acknowledge it, because I don't think it's worth acknowledging. So I'm going to show
you can't give it air. You can't give it air time, and you can't let it affect you, because at the end of the day, you can't please all the people all the time, and there's not some people out there are not very nice. You know, if that's all they can do to hurt you, it's ouch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, bring it on. Is that the best you got?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't acknowledge it. But I'm going to show you Angie's bag, because Angie made me this bag for Christmas. So I want to show you before I go. Let me show you. So I always put my scraps in this bag, because I just think, ooh, I got to put my scraps in. So it should flicker over in a second. This, you have to excuse the scraps because Angie made me it. So I'm going to take the bulk of it out so you can see the pockets. So if I open it wide.
I can't see anything at the moment. All I can see is my arm. Ah, that's it.
So Angie put in 8 pockets. And she made this for me for Christmas. So she's done it out of 2 circles. She did a smaller circle and an outer circle. And I always like to keep my scraps in. What I used to keep my scraps in before, I don't even know, couldn't tell you, because this remains on my table. And ever since Angie's given it to me, I always keep my scraps in this nice little bag to make up. And I know even if you couldn't follow the video tonight, Angie has done a video on this from beginning to scratch. She's and she shows you how she sews it together. So even if you couldn't see a certain step tonight because the camera was on me for whatever reason, I do know that Angie's made this bag up via a video. So go all over and check Angie's channel out, and you will see this bag made up from step to step. And then the outer side, this is what the outer side looks like. So the piece of felt, and these are the buttonholes that Angie was doing tonight. So there's one there, and then there's one just here. And I've already
the outside of the bag, please. Yeah, she's just turned. It's lagging. That's all it is. She's going to turn it over now.
It is lagging a little bit. My God, it's stunning. At least it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. So this is the bag Angie's made tonight. But Angie didn't do the pockets in the one tonight. That's all the differences.
I basically did the inside of the inside bag that you would stitch to the The big. It's only the one size I made tonight was a 12. You need a 14-inch circle and a 12-inch circle, and then a small circle in the to go in the bottom just as a bit of padding.
Yeah, this is the smaller circle Angie's on about. Bottom, so that is the belt at the bottom, so it holds a lot of stuff, and it does hold a lot of stuff. Let me show you.
It does, yeah.
It holds. Like you say, go excuse all my scraps, because this is my scraps.
It holds a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I just pull these little strings each end.
They're not quite as long as the ones I used tonight, eh?
Voila, my button. So as you can see, it holds quite a lot of things, and you think, oh, it doesn't, but it does. I promise.
Angie, please post in the chat. Yeah, sure. Of course I will. Hang on.
Post in the chat so I can find your channel. Yeah, Angie will do that, won't you? I won't end the live till she's done it, so you ladies can find her. I usually link Angie's channel in the description bar, but because of because of all the stuff we had to do prior to the live, I didn't get time to do it. But what I will do, I won't do it tonight now because it's like 12:30 here in the UK at night, but I will do it tomorrow, and I'll post Angie's links for those that are watching after the live. Angie's link to her channel will be in the description bar for you all to go and check her channel out. So please go and check her channel out. Gillian, thank you so very much. I've got to say, thank you. Honestly, now it's not easy checking the chat out and making sure that we don't have any comments that are not nice. So thank you so much for looking after us tonight. Because when we're crafting, we as ladies, we don't see the chat all the time. So thank you so much, my sweet friend. Honestly, you've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gillian. Thank you.
And I will go and check your channel out, Lisa, because you've inspired me to go and check it out now.
Yeah, we're going to have a look now.
So thank you, ladies. Thank you all for your positive feedback and your lovely comments and any questions you've inspired us at tonight. But we will be back next week where we'll do another project showing a different part of our machines. Yes, that's what we'll do next week. So
we've got a whole week to perfect it.
A whole week to perfect it.
It'll go wrong.
But it'll go wrong because it'll go wrong. But yes, thank you, Angie, for being online.
Oh, thank you for having me. I know I'm a pain, but someone's got to have me.
Someone's got to have me.
Wow.
Come on, Anne, show that buttonhole. Show that buttonhole. I can't even do it.
No.
Show that buttonhole, Anne.
Never mind.
Well, I'm going to love and leave you all. Thank you all for a wonderful night and joining us. North Star, good night.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
God bless. Love you to all. And I will catch up with you all on next Friday or Sunday if you're in my group. Good night, Ange.
Good night, honey. Good night, ladies.
Bye.
And I love you all. Mwah.
Bye, everyone.